there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be. It's there they are, the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hey, chick.
What do you got there? E-crew, eggshell, taupe,
Warm. That's called warm.
Sweater. Baby vomit.
Hey, that really looks. That's a good color on you.
It does look like baby vomit. It's the same color as the canned formula.
Yeah, the formula.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you ever have to steal canned formula?
I did not.
Yeah, me either.
Fortunately, I
didn't
was
bring it
able
up
to
because
afford
of
it.
Okay, good topic.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick. I've stolen formula.
I bet you have.
That looks really nice, Christy. That's what is hang on a second. Is that a sweater?
You know what kind
It's
of?
just it's like a, yeah.
You know what kind of neck that is, Tom? That's a cowl neck.
Yeah.
A cowl?
Cowl neck.
COWL.
But see,
Cowl.
I could button it up.
Oh yeah.
Well, don't do that.
Because cowl is made famous for me by Batman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's because Batman's in his leisure time he wears a sweater like that.
Does he now? As Bruce Wayne?
Uh-huh.
I did not know that.
He rocks the turtleneck.
No, actually, there's a lot of unusual Batman wardrobe. For example, the outfit that Robin wears is indeed called a jerkin.
Yes.
So there's obviously it would be very awkward when Batman came into the Bat locker room and he said, "Hey, jerkin off." To Robin.
That would be awkward, all right.
Well, especially what we heard last week about the actor who played Robin on the famous 60s TV show, Burt Ward.
Massive hog.
Apparently so well hung that they sent him to a doctor to take pills to shrink things.
I didn't realize you could do that.
He took them, he said, for 3 days, then stopped. He thought it might be dangerous, thought he might be able to have children. But apparently he was... at least he has said in interviews that he was very well endowed, as opposed to Adam West, who portrayed Batman in that camp series.
Well, but Adam West, he did pretty well with the ladies.
He threw it out, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I think he's just jealous of Adam West. Adam West lived a long life and was a fine skier, and I believe, didn't he live in Idaho?
Fine.
I think they're at the end.
I think he would have had to have lived west.
Good point. Good point. Now, we do have... letters coming up from all over the world today.
I'll give you a hint of what to look for in letters. All right, this is the very first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words in this letter. Good morning, folks. Tom has ruined my life.
Thank you.
Right there.
I wonder what
That's coming up.
Okay, I try my best. Now, yesterday, I think I'm not sure. Was it Josh who had the letter from the guy that wanted to test out the new radio in his car?
Yes.
What was the essence of that again?
He got a new car with a great sound system, wanted to know what the best song to equalize his sound system to would be.
A fair question.
And we pretty much all agreed Steely Dan was.
Yeah.
And then I talked to Alan, our engineer, and he said, yes, a lot of the guys he knows also use the Donald Fagen solo album, Donald Fagen from Steely Dan.
The Night Fly.
The Night Fly. Apparently, that is sonically, the architecture of that from a sonic standpoint is brilliant.
Tom McCurry, that's pretty good, too.
Do
you set your equalizer? I do it by sight in the car. I like it to be like almost a U.
Okay, let me.
Oh, I gotcha.
I like a lot of bass, a lot of treble.
Can I jump in here?
Yeah.
He doesn't know his car has an equalizer.
Well, he'll buy a new car one of these days.
No, his car has one. He just doesn't know that it is.
really don't have time to fool with it.
You can leave them alone now. It's all good.
No, that brings up an interesting question. Do you still have to pull over and turn your car off to change stations?
No, that was my previous car.
Oh, it was.
And that car was an interesting automobile, and I did some research. It was determined that was the worst radio in any automobile. I know. I literally was reading reviews, and it was luxury SUVs. That was the bottom. Besides spending most of its time at the shop, it said this does have the
Josh, you want to try to
least user-friendly radio in the world.
get through to him that any harebrained scheme you can come up with in your mind, you can go on the internet and find it verified. Can you try to get through to him on this?
It depends on what sect of the triumvirate is controlling that portion of the internet.
That's true.
It's the Tripartite Commission. I think we all know that.
The Gettys, the Rothschilds.
Sure, of course.
Colonel Sanders.
Of course. Well, so we've had other people weigh in on what records you want to equalize your thing. I don't know. I don't really have time to screw with it. Whatever it came with, it works fine for me.
The factory settings are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it
Do you
flat.
ever listen to music? You always listen to.
No, I listen to music all the time.
Okay.
Do you remember when Quadraphonic came out? and everybody was all about, yeah, I can make the drums go around the room.
It never took off.
No, it never did.
Yeah,
Didn't the Who have a
Quadrophenia
album?
But there's an interesting history of high-end audio stuff and video stuff that didn't take off.
It's like the 3D of television. It never took off.
Yeah, there was a very brief history of digital cassettes that never took off. They only made a few dozen of them. And it was...
there was a recorder and the whole deal.
Yeah, that bombed. They spent millions of dollars putting a factory in Terre Haute, Indiana to make those. And
I want to say there was also a digital audio, a DACD or something. That was supposed to be...
Oh, yeah, we used those here.
No,
that was the company.
CD.
DADC. That's where they made all the CDs.
Yeah.
Didn't we have a DAT recorder here?
Oh, yeah.
The DAT recorder was for professional use.
Audio.
Okay.
But the home one didn't take off. But it's a fair question, and I have a couple of answers here.
All right.
In other words, what is a great sounding record that you should tweak your stereo to? Got this one from a very disappointed Centerville, Ohio resident, Craig Nichols.
Oh, I used to live near
Craig.
He said, when discussing equalization, certainly Steely Dan is a valid choice, but it's wrong.
Uh-oh.
Not one of you so-called professionals even mentioned the Doobie Brothers. However, I will remain a loyal listener. I'm a big Doobie Brothers fan. Michael McDonald was our guest not too long ago. He's got a great book out there. Yeah, sure. Doobie Brothers would be good, I guess. I'm not sure which album.
You could say anybody, I guess.
I just think I would think a Pink Floyd album, perhaps. Very well engineered.
We happen to be in the presence of one of North America's biggest Pink Floyd fans right here in the studio.
Yeah, that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. But then we have this letter from Brian. This is quite fascinating, Brian, and I can't believe I didn't know this. I'm sort of embarrassed when it comes to this EQ issue. Brian writes, you had a listener wanting to know what song would be the best to hear in his car equalizer. I would go with the following, and then he asked me to play it because how silly of us not to realize that if you really want to get true sound, you have to go back to the days of vinyl. And of course,
no.
And the only album we have here that is not available digitally anywhere is this from the great Tom Jones. And let's give this if you're trying to equalize your car now,
You might want to use this. It's amazing.
Yeah, you sit back, pull over.
I'm kicking myself for not thinking.
Get the equalizer. Here it comes. Okay.
Yeah.
You get setting the bass here.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Okay. Now that's skipping a little bit, but you can. Yeah, not okay.
Yeah, sorry, but something else.
You want to set your bass equalizer? Here we go. Once again, this is from Brian. Thank you, Brian. Here we go. Okay, Brian, I'm sorry. I really have to see if I can get that digitized. It's just so annoying. Keeps skipping. Now, I'd also like to remind everybody, we've got our pop-up shop up and running. We're going to be keeping this up, I think, for a couple more weeks, maybe a week. And we've got a couple really cool T-shirts celebrating the month of May and something very special happening. Tomorrow, a special edition of this show will be spread out around town with some special guests and other delights. I will tell you more about that coming up. Also today, we'll be joined by comedian Al Jackson.
Spread out.
Yeah. Right now, a quick reminder. One of these days, it'll be time to retire. And you want to make sure you've still got some money coming in. Wouldn't that be nice? And if you know that's going to be happening, you can relax a little bit just tomorrow. So what I'm talking about is an annuity from the Silac Insurance Company. If you've been watching the stock market, yesterday, another one of those days where the roller coaster was going down. You might have been going, wee! It's volatility in the marketplace, volatility in the bond market, volatility everywhere. With an annuity, you don't have to worry about volatility anymore. That money coming your way is guaranteed. And by the way, you can't outlive your money. So see what I'm talking about. Check out an annuity from the experts of the Silac Insurance Company. Some restrictions apply. To learn more, find out what I'm talking about, go to silacins.com. That's SILAC ins.com. Or just go to bobandtom.com. We'll be happy to link you up. Another easy way to get information about annuities, take your phone and call pound 250 and say the keywords lifetime income. That's pound 250 followed by the words lifetime income. See what I'm talking about? Find out about annuities from the experts at the Silac Insurance Company. Plan on it, live on it. Coming up in sports.
Pacers win. They steal one last night at the Garden. 138-135 in overtime. And Tyrese Halliburton has a very special tribute to Reggie Miller, who was courtside with Kevin Harlan doing the game last night on TNT. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP. And Colts owner Jim Irsay has passed away.
Sad news.
We'll talk about all that coming back.
Okay. Once again, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SILACINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Hey guys, Jess Hooker here from the Bob and Tom Show. Looks like the weather's going to hold out, and I am going to do the IndyCar two-seater experience. A little nervous, but I think I'll be okay. I've been coming to the race since I was about 5, so this is a dream come true. I'm ready to get in one of these cars. I just don't know if they're going to let me go ahead and drive one. Do you think if I asked to let me sit in front, maybe? Here we go. The nerves are setting in. I'm just waiting for the excitement to trump the nerves. All right. Down and forward. Got it.
Keep going, all the way down.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
We're in here.
you don't have to hold on to anything. The car will hold on to you.
Mentally, it feels like maybe there should be a handle somewhere. Maybe like one of those Fisher-Price car wheels. That'd be cool. Steering
I
wheel.
thought about putting a horn in there so you can honk at the driver, make it faster or whatever.
What's your name?
Jeremy?
Okay, hi, Jeremy. Just like to know who's making me safe. I'm not sure if it's sweat from nerves. I probably should have emptied my bladder. There's a lot of things going through my head right now. I love my family. Holy hell, it's running, guys. This ain't no game. Holy shit. Oh my God. I've never been happier to be at the Indianapolis Speedway having this experience. Woo! Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh, thank you so much. That was amazing. That was nuts. Okay. Holy hell. All right. Oh my God. The first lap, I don't know why I'm winded. I didn't do anything. First lap, oh my gosh, we're getting up to speed. This is amazing. It's awesome. Second lap, oh hell, how fast are we going? Third lap, I got a little nauseous. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how those guys do this for hours at a time. This is nuts. But I feel like the luckiest girl in the world. I can't believe that I'm here, that I was on the track, that I got to do this today. This is just like a dream come true for anybody who loves IndyCar, but especially a girl that's been raised here in Indianapolis. It comes out here every year, my entire life since I was 4 years old. I'm still in shock. But you cross over those bricks and you see the pagoda coming out of turn 4, and I don't know what I could compare it to. Holy hell, dude. Beautiful.
Hi, this is Chick McGee from the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com and check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Christy Lee.
Hello, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. I'm Chick McGee. Pacers win last night in New York City. 138-135. Take game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. Tyrese Halliburton thought he hit the game winner with a three, but his toe was on the line, tied it up, and then they took care of business in overtime. The Pacers and teams in general since the play-by-play era, they call that back to 1996, when the team is down by 14 in the playoff game, teams were 994-0 up till last night.
Yeah.
And the Pacers
Holy
get
cow.
the...
Yeah.
So
And they've been doing similar things.
All throughout the playoffs.
they have had four 15-point comebacks in a single postseason. That's tied for the most in the last 25 years.
Is
They got their backs against the wall, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there isn't a way to measure it, but I think they may be running more than any team in history. You watch the games, you get tired. They're just constant press, run.
And Aaron Nesmith last night, 8 out of 9 for 3 points, 30 points last night. He more than anybody got them back in the game, and they eventually won it.
Wow. Jersey sales will go up today.
Now,
Good kid.
on the program, I like to dwell on topics, and I can tell Josh does not. He likes to kind of move on. And even though we've probably talked this to death, I have a little more information about from our letter writer who wanted to know what particular music he should use to equalize his car.
Ah.
And we have come to we kind of voted among ourselves, come up with Steely Dan. And so I did a little bit of research, and this particular source says Steely Dan, Asia, or honorable mentions go to Dark Side of the Moon, Josh, Pink Floyd. And then this is a good one. I hadn't thought of this one. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is based on the quality of the engineering and the mixing. Fleetwood Mac Rumors, honorable mention. And Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. And then if you're turning in for punch and energy, it suggests AC/DC, Back in Black.
Okay.
Sparse instrumentation, powerful kick, snare, bass combo.
You know what I use?
What?
Stuck in a Car by Pat Godwin.
Oh,
Is that
that's a
right?
good
The first
song.
track off this
Yeah.
album I think it's called Hotel Pool. The production is phenomenal.
Should you play that so somebody could?
I
there
mean,
you go.
if I were to play it, it would you just hear an acoustic guitar. I mean, the actual recording.
I see.
With Larry Crane on guitar and Dane
Nice.
Clark on drums.
I thought
It just
maybe I'd hear you
sizzles.
get to play.
It sizzles.
Nice, good. Well, that's certainly good to know.
It does sizzle.
I'm just saying my personal.
Now,
thing.
we also were suggesting the vinyl version of "What's New Pussycat" by Tom Jones. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to buy another copy. It just keeps skipping, and I apologize. So embarrassing.
Yeah, it really is.
We have a lot of other letters coming in, and I'll once again remind you, we do have our pop-up shop open for those loyal listeners that are listening right now. By all means, please go to bobandtom.com. Check out the pop-up shop. Something very cool awaits for you right there. Now, another topic that not everyone is still keen on, but I'm very excited about. These are the anxiety dreams. We've had some great ones. This is an all-new one, and I'm reading this because I think Chick, of all people, will love this one. This comes to us from James. He worked in a college and in high school at an IGA grocery store.
Independent Grocers of America, of course.
I'm a big fan. I spent a lot of time at the IGA in Harbor Springs,
We had
Michigan.
IGA where I
Love
grew
the
up.
IGA.
Yeah, they are great.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'll
Easy to
salute
shoplift in the IGA.
salute my. No, don't.
Because the people are so kind.
See, now you're ruining it. For me.
Yeah.
Don't shoplift in the
I was
IGA.
gonna-
Just say hi to my friend in the butcher shop at the IGA in Harbor Springs. You done now?
Oh, geez.
You haven't finished ruining it?
You got $10. That IGA's closed.
No way that butcher's alive.
Yeah, and it was closed 10 years ago.
I did have a lady ram into my car there, but that's another story.
Blame
Now,
her.
this guy.
Now you're probably talking about how your butcher was kill him. Wah.
So once again, we have James working at the IGA in college.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Now, Chick, this is the part you're going to enjoy. As long as we had customers in the store, we couldn't close the doors.
Sure, yeah.
So, of course,
Standard for
at the time, this particular IGA closed at 11 p.m. Several times a week, customer would come into the store and start shopping at 10:55 p.m.
Yeah.
And, of course, you can't do anything until they're done. Even though I've locked the doors and shut down the lights, customers continue to appear in the store in my dream. Whenever I try to get them out of the store, they won't leave. I'm stuck in the store all night. By the way, I haven't worked at a grocery store in 30 years. I continue to have this dream. And to this day, I hate going into the grocery store.
What's this guy's name?
This is James.
James, you're sick. I think you need professional help.
Oh, no, you think this might be
Yeah, 30 years,
indicative
the
of a
same.
real-
Yeah,
Now-
he might have a tumor.
This gives us an opportunity for Chick McGee to talk about his career as a clerk.
I worked at 7-Eleven, the fabulous Southland Corporation, when in Bexley, Ohio, and I was I'd been fired from a job for I'm not sure being a smart aleck. Well, pretty much doing what I do now every morning, nonstop.
Levels of incompetence heretofore unseen.
Embracing the incompetence never seen before on American radio, and it was more or less in the parking lot of a USA. United Skates of America.
Oh, I love
Oh,
them.
yeah.
And I bet you did.
I did.
And all the damn rat bastard kids would come over after the USA closed, and they'd shoplift.
Oh, boy.
Josh.
Well, you encourage it.
So
Ne'er-do-wells.
so I just started locking the doors at like 10:45 because the USA closed at 11, and I just stand in the back and eat snack cakes and listen to them. Open the door. And I'm like, nope, not getting in. Sorry.
You're in there, mustache.
Let's go. I did just have the mustache. It's a sad, sad era of Chick McGee.
I got another letter. This is what I love about the world we live in.
And that was not a dream. That happened.
Got a letter here from Poland.
Oh, well, talk slow. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dear Dimwits and Tom.
Oh.
Longtime listener. I've been listening over here in Poland. Thanks for the daily entertainment, keeping me abreast of important news over there in the USA, writes Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Brian.
You mentioned the other day that the Chuck Norris jokes are dying off on your show.
Yeah.
But the Polish jokes are alive and well.
Ask him what night he bowls.
He goes, I have some sad news to report.
Uh-oh.
Chuck Norris died 3 days ago, but the Grim Reaper is just too afraid to tell him. See, he thought it was he didn't think it was a Chuck
He
Norris.
doesn't want to let Chuck know.
That's how tough Chuck is.
I have a question
Yeah.
for Josh.
What?
What are you laughing at?
I was actually laughing at the email we just got from Poland. You see all the stamps the guy put on the laptop?
Something else, right?
Fine people. Brilliant.
That's a good joke. A Polish guy would try to mail the whole computer. Huh? That's an airplane-worthy...
Dear gang, yesterday you were talking about TV characters that don't appear on screen. That was in reference to the show Cheers.
Yeah, because Norm's wife was never on screen.
And that was his.
Yeah.
That was his wife,
Yes.
George Wendt's wife in real life. Yeah,
Correct.
And we mentioned a couple.
Wendy went.
Wendy went.
I see.
Wendy went to the store.
The Andy Griffith Show. As far as I know, Sarah, the telephone operator, never appeared on screen. Is that correct?
Well,
I don't think she did.
I don't know.
I don't think so. No.
And
Pick up my husband.
Juanita.
I don't. Yeah, I was just going to say I don't think Juanita appeared either. That was Barney's phone girlfriend.
Barney's side piece, if you will.
Juanita, what you sing to her?
This comes to us from Chad in Goodlettsville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, Goodlettsville.
I think
Always
Goody's
appreciate it.
headache powder comes from Goodlettsville.
Really?
And if it doesn't, it should.
Yes, it should.
Tom, you remember we often celebrate Tomisms, words that elude us, and therefore we create our own phrases.
Mostly elude Tom.
Yes.
Well, the mind is moving so fast, I can't think
That's
of
what it is.
We had a
It's so
story.
full.
We had a story from a truck driver about a glorious bathroom he found at a truck stop that included a bidet.
Yes.
Well, our friend Chris writes in. He says that his another truck driver who's a buddy of his knows of this truck stop and was trying to relay this information to him, and he couldn't remember the word for bidet, so he chose the words anal water pick.
That works.
That's lovely.
And now, by the way, if you have a traditional water pick,
Do not.
if you use it back there, swap out the spout, if you will, whatever those little things are.
You want a wider
tip.
spray
Yeah,
back
I
there.
would
They're
think.
not quite so concentrated.
Are you like me when you move? You still have the. When I had a water pick, I still do, but it comes with like 5 of those little.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever those tip things are,
yeah.
and I never ever replaced them. So I've got sort of the museum of all those water pick replacements in the original packets. And
Don't
then-
you have the toothbrush water pick combo now?
I don't.
That's
You
what-
do, right?
I do.
And
I
you
love
it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's
all in one.
very, very nice. Now,
Yeah.
if you're just joining us, hello. This is the Bob and Tom program coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. I did find something kind of fascinating. Speaking of television programs, and this is something we touched on not too long ago, and I forget exactly why. I think it might have been in reference to the flying cars.
Yeah.
I know what it was. Yeah, they're going to have. Did we do the story? They're going to have those flying taxis for the L.A. Olympics.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
No,
Or maybe we never got to it. I do have the story coming up then, but this is an article entitled "The Jetsons Predicted the Future." Now, do you remember what year the Jetsons premiered?
1962?
Very good, Christy Lee.
Oh, that was earlier than I would have thought.
Yeah.
And apparently, I didn't know this. The show purportedly took place in 2062.
Oh.
And I want to say the Flintstones was before that.
Yeah.
And they might have been in black and white for a little bit.
Wow, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this. The Jetsons ran only one season.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, they did kind of a reboot. I think, like mid '80s, maybe.
No kidding?
They did a movie in the 80s, yeah. And of course, you had the Flintstones meet the Jetsons as well.
Sure.
And to harp on a previous topic, the theme to the Jetsons, top 10 television themes of all time,
I agree.
bar none.
It swings, man.
That would be great to EQ your car stereo with.
The Jetsons hold up. I just started watching them again.
That's awesome.
So
right.
here's just a handful of gadgets that were on the Jetsons that we actually have. We have the video screen. Of course, we have Zoom and FaceTime.
Sure.
The smartwatch. Essentially, they had what is the equivalent of an Apple Watch that George would wear around. This one's a bit of a stretch. And this will I love Josh's take on this. Rosie the robot, I suppose to a degree, one could say the Roomba.
A little bit.
A vacuum. Now, Josh, what is your criticism of the Roomba, the little disc vacuum that runs around?
Oh, there's no room to fill it up. So it fills up with, 3 Cheerios and a little dog hair?
Honey, will you empty the Roomba?
It just went 2 feet.
I think culturally, the Roomba has given us some very fine videos, though.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Cats on a Roomba. We wouldn't have that in our culture without
Have you seen the game these guys play online? They put a Roomba in the middle of a pool table, and they put balls, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 balls around the holes. And then they just let the Roomba go, and they bet on what ball's going to go in.
They have
first.
a problem.
And
yes.
It's fascinating.
Is there drinking involved in this?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I was just looking up the Jetsons, and if I may, there were 2 seasons originally, 62 and 63.
Okay.
And then 85.
Okay.
So there are 75 episodes total.
Wow.
And I just clicked on, I was just looking, and this struck me. This is a description of one of the episodes from November 4th, 1987, actually. It's titled Wedding Bells for Rosie.
Oh!
Under a strange new law, Mac has to marry another robot or face deactivation. Rosie reluctantly steps up to the task.
This had to have been written by a guy that had a maid that needed to marry someone to stay in the country.
Exactly. Under a strange
yes,
new law.
that is really on the nose. That is on the nose in this year, all these years later.
How prescient was the Jetsons?
This source said there was only 1 season, so I'm glad to get that corrected. Another thing that the Jetsons had that we have today, tanning beds.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh, my gosh. They predicted those?
But they were, as I remember, they were almost instantaneous
Yes.
on the Jets.
Yeah, it says a quick tan machine that they had. And by the way, the only one of us using a tanning bed is Chick. Is that the tan you have now from a tanning bed? Because you look.
It's been a while, but I guess if I have any tan.
Yeah. Talk to your doctor before you get in one of them.
Yeah.
Or watch Final Destination 3.
Oh, yeah. Now, then this is.
If there's anybody I'm going to take medical advice from, it's Tom Griswold.
No. I said ask your physician.
Yeah.
This is something that I remember this episode where George swallows a diagnostic robot. Remember this?
No, I don't.
What does it do? It's like a nanobot?
I mean, like Fantastic Voyage?
Yeah.
We do have in contemporary medicine.
Sure.
What is it called? Like a capsule endoscopy? I forget what the name of it is, but it's pretty amazing.
I loved the
but
Jetsons.
I do too.
They can't miniaturize people and put them into a ship and inject it into your body.
Not yet.
Remember the Jetsons band, and it was like zip, zip, dorp, dorp. Like that was like their big hit. It was just nonsense.
Oh, yeah. The Beatles came out and they wanted to. Is that right?
No, it's pre-Beatles.
Well, it was.
Jetsons was pre-Beatles.
Beep, beep, gorp, gorp. I forget exactly what it was.
And the big hit was Greep, Greep, Gorp, Gorp.
Yeah, whatever the
which is that's a really good sort of nod to 50s.
Oh, it was
nonsense rock and Papa Ooh Mau Mau and all that other stuff.
Right.
Well, and then in fact, the second episode, because I just watched this the other day.
Oh, that's right.
I can't tell you how much I love that
You're rewatching
a
the
date
Jetsons.
with Jet Screamer, remember? And she goes
Jet
to
Screamer, yeah. Oh, and Judy loves
Yes.
Jet Screamer.
Judy loves him.
She can't get enough.
And she goes to the club and she wants to meet Jet Screamer. It's
And she has sex with him in a bathroom and they do cocaine?
She does
That was in the unedited.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, George got in the way, remember? He sabotaged Judy's efforts to meet
George.
Jet Screamer.
But
Dad.
my daughter.
now we technically don't have flying cars,
And
but
he ends up playing the drums.
we kind of do have flying cars, and I'll dig up the story. I thought we'd already done it, but I guess we didn't. There was a news release that they intend to have air taxis in Los Angeles for the summer games in 28.
Yeah, I don't remember that story.
I don't know about
see
you,
that.
but this all sounds nice and solid to me.
We'll get the details on that. Right now, I want to let you know that we have a special edition of our program coming up tomorrow, brought to you by Java House. Java House, the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show. Java House also the official refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show, because Java House, we also have energy drinks, hydration drinks, lattes. What have I got? Tea. And what am I talking about with Java? I was just explaining this to a friend of mine yesterday. Java House, this looks like a Keurig-esque, what do you call it, pod. It's not. This is concentrated coffee. This particular one is the Colombian medium roast, very popular, and as it says, amazingly smooth. This is a cold brew. A little bit of a lesson. I did not know this. Cold brew is the way it is brewed, and it is brewed that way to take out the bitterness of the coffee. And you can drink a cold brew warm or cold. You can have it on ice, whatever you want. But the way it works is you pour this in with your hot water or cold water on ice, whatever you want, and voila, there is your coffee. Same thing for tea, same thing for energy drinks, et cetera, et cetera. So no mess. As they used to say, no muss, no fuss. I'm not sure what muss means, but it's not going to happen with Java House. You don't need the machines all over the place. It's revolutionizing the coffee room at work, saving you a lot of time so you can get back and do your thing or maybe have a nice chat with, the gal from accounting that has the saucy... Oh, sorry, I lost my place. Java House. Get started at javahouse.com, Java, javahouse.com. And use the code Bob and Tom. Say hello. That'll also knock 25% off your order. Are you kidding? JavaHouse.com. Bob and Tom is the code. Right now, by the way, Java House is giving you a chance to win an exclusive Java House ECR Racer jacket and a Java House, a plethora of Java House pods.
Very nice.
A plethora of pods. I can't say. Many pods, thank you. For a year. Just go to bobandtom.com/contest. And don't forget to look for the Java House car in the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 coming up Sunday. The Java House car, also the Splenda car. It'll be sweet. Wouldn't it be?
Very nice.
Yeah. If they win in the Splenda car, before they drink the milk, they're going to just pop a little bit just to make it sweet milk. That's right. Don't bet on that. The sweet milk thing, at least. Java House, thank you so much. We have a special Java House broadcast coming your way tomorrow. Details forthcoming. A lot of cool stuff going on in the world of sports and fascinating things in the news today, including flying taxis in L.A. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Break up with your brewer. Switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you guys going to do a song together, Pat?
We could, yeah. What do you want to do, Greg?
I have a little voices in my head.
Uplifting.
Here we go. Uplifting.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
I love this song.
Let me hear you.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. I'm seeing somebody, The voices in my head told me that I love you. The voices in my head said you love me too. Yes, they do. You know they're always right. So listen tonight to the voices in my head. Yeah. Yeah, the voices in my head said we'll always be together. So I got your name tattooed in flaming red on my forehead. They come in crystal clear, but my doctor, he can't hear the voices in my head. All right, here we go, Greg. The voices in my head said to stop my medication.
Let's get the stick.
The voices in my
Septic.
You know they're always right.
Always right.
So I won't put up a fight with the voices in my head. Take it to the bridge. I see you on TV, and the voices are telling me that you want me, build an engine, need me, and your boyfriend should be dead and gone.
Drum solo.
Hold on a second, hold on. Let me get it together. Yep, you got it.
Bring on the thunder.
Come on, little cymbal. Hold on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The voices in my head said breaking your apartment. Bring it down, boy. And hide under the bed, cause your love was just a lie. You two must die. Build her up, come on. Yeah. So tonight I'll stalk, but tomorrow I'm insane, so my lawyer says I'll walk. The forces in my head. The forces in my head. The voices in my head. You look at the drummer, you strum real fast, and they both stop together, right? Yeah, right, look at me. Right, look at me, right? Springsteen, now. Now. Where? Maybe now.
How about now?
That's perfect.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That song takes a dark turn there at the end.
Yes, it does. Thanks, Christy.
Wow, thank you very much. Pat Godwin.
I think it's an object lesson.
Voices in my head. And on the drums, Mr. Greg Hahn. Yes, that was a treat.
Hi, this is Pat Godwin from The Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com, check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
We were talking about racial stereotyping because you're a golfer.
Yes.
And I know that we were talking about golf off the air, but a lot of stereotypes in the world. Certainly, one of them about Asians in sports, and I think that's really now really being changed, particularly in the world of baseball, basketball. It's huge changes.
Great.
15, 20 years ago, you didn't really see that as much.
It's great. I love seeing Asians in sports, and yeah, as you said, Major League Baseball, the real sports. You know, we're not talking ping pong or pie gal poker or base juggling with your feet or really hard Sudoku problems or competitive hot dog eating or breaking ice blocks with your forehead or dancing back up for Gwen Stefani, the real sports. That's great because before, if I wanted to cheer for Asians in sports, the people I had was Michelle Kwan and half of Tiger Woods. That's
that was it.
That was it.
That's it.
Wow.
And you know, Tiger. Let's talk about him. You know, I don't know which half of Tiger made him want to cheat, but I think we can all agree which half drove into the tree. So,
Hey, Christy,
Hey, chick.
have you seen the banana video?
Who hasn't? Pretty proud of you. Impressive.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I was just wondering what you could do with my banana.
Your banana?
Yeah.
Well.
Now the Bob and Tom Show presents Christy Lee eating a banana.
We'll tell Christy where she's going to be because right now she doesn't know. But we also have $1,000 an hour coming up 9 to 5 today. And it'll start at 9 o'clock, as I just said.
Hey, welcome. Did you hear my neck crack?
No, but I've been there. I know what you're doing.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Pat Godwin, who I'm not speaking to, is over there. There's Christy Lee. Hi,
Was there
Christy.
an incident?
How
Hi,
are you,
Jess.
Christy? How's things? Can I do anything for you?
Was there an incident in the dream?
I don't want to talk about it. There's Josh Arnold.
Chick likes something that the rest of us don't, and I'm fine. I love that he likes it.
I think he's just being contrary.
I have no reason to doubt you.
One of my favorite recent movies is Yesterday.
Yeah.
With that guy, the
the kid that goes
The
back
Beatles
and has the
songs.
Beatles songs.
The plot is the Beatles never existed.
Oh, that's really enjoyable.
It
That's
is sweet.
and
it's
the
fun.
long and winding road part's amazing.
I hate that song.
Well, and I said I really like that
and I
song.
accept that and appreciate that you
And
like
he
it.
kept saying, no, he's kidding. No,
See, that's the difference between Josh and me.
You are kidding.
I hate that song, and I have no respect for him for liking it.
Don't see
No, you misspoke. There's many other reasons you don't have any respect for me.
I don't like not liking things, so I always love it when somebody likes something.
No, see, I love not liking things.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. When there's a big blockbuster movie that comes out right around Christmas, and it always happens, if that movie's a flop, you can't get anything for Tom that will equal his glee.
Yes.
Over the movie.
Knowing that hundreds of people devoted their best work to this 2-hour movie that's a piece of crap.
There's a guy somewhere in a garage in Southern California that has a Flash Gordon hat. Because he was a second unit director for Flash Gordon.
Oh, I thought Dick Tracy'd be a great movie. We can get Madonna.
That should have worked real well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Madonna, Warren Beatty, come on, star power.
Yeah.
Pacino.
Right?
They even had a ride at Disney World ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, how long did that go for? Like a week before they pulled the plug?
That should have been a franchise.
But
it just wasn't that entertaining.
Not everything sticks. We all know. We keep throwing it at the board.
Will
you see the new Mission Impossible movie? It comes out this weekend.
I will.
I'm up to date on
I won't see it this week, and I'm too busy, but I'll see it eventually. I like the.
I do too. I like those.
There are certain movies that are better in the theater. Another example would be the one about tornadoes. What was that called?
Twister.
Twister, the one that came out last year.
Yeah.
And with contemporary movie technology, they've got it. It sounds like it's coming from the back of the theater. I mean, I know this is obvious, but I love
real
that
fun,
stuff.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's better to watch those in the
Those
theater.
Mission Impossible movies get better and better.
Well made.
Okay, now
back to the letters.
Oh, go ahead. What do you got? I got a bunch.
Good morning, folks. Tom has ruined my life.
Oh no!
Welcome to the club.
This is from Daniel. I am a truck driver in Ontario, Canada.
All right.
Daniel is driving a truck in the rain.
Now that song I hate.
What?
Oh, Daniel.
You hate Daniel?
I do too, yeah.
I love it.
Stinks on ice.
I do too.
You know something? I like that one. I hate Levon.
What?
Levon is like the best song ever.
He's right on this.
Who's Alvin Tostig?
Doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. You don't bring up someone in the middle of a song.
Sure
like
you do. It tells you
Yes,
story.
it
No,
meant
it's
something
stupid.
to him.
That song kills.
That's my favorite Elton John
That song
song.
kills.
Really?
Too,
Oh,
Levon
yeah, no,
and
I
Harmony.
thought I had no respect for you. No, what's less than zero?
I don't care that much for
Levon.
Tiny Dancer.
I love
What do you think of
Tiny
that?
Dancer.
What do you think of
I
that?
do too.
All right, well.
Tiny Dancer, Levon for me, baby.
In Harmony.
So how did I ruin this guy's life in Canada?
I deliver animal feed, Daniel continues. Today, I was sent to a farm located on Browntown Road. Thanks a lot, Tom, for me giggling when I saw the address as if I was a little child. By the way, my father always used to say,
All right.
there are more horses' asses in the world than horses.
Ah, yes.
I like that.
And Tom, thanks for proving my father right every day.
Oh, I think. Wait a minute. That's great, though.
That's Dan from Ontario, Canada.
Beautiful,
you
beautiful country.
Made me giggle yesterday during my massage therapy session.
Oh, really?
And she's on.
Wait a minute.
I'm getting. She starts using the. I'm laying on my side, and she starts using the. Oh boy, what's it called? It's
The
like
thumper?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
essentially a thumper. Just
Right, yeah.
And I remembered. I think of this joke maybe once a month, and it occurred to me again during that. We were talking on the show one day about a particularly strong marital aid that a woman might be using, like a really powerful vibrator. And Tom, playing the role of the woman, goes, "Welp, there go the bowels." the toy was so powerful she couldn't control her own bowels.
Oh,
And
man.
she's resigned from the fact that I guess I'll be going in a bag from here on out.
So I start laughing, thinking about this as this woman is using this thing on me. Like, what if my bowels just let go, right? And she goes, she goes, oh, is it a little ticklish? And I just go, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to.
You don't want to explain.
Yeah, too much context. She's not going to take it right. She's going to think you've got something else in mind. Oh, God. Let's see now. What is this? Oh, this is Love for Java House. Oh, thank you very much. I ordered a variety of coffees, teas, and energy drinks. They were so delicious. I've already tried 4 of them, which is why I'm typing so fast. I will not be able to sleep until mid-June, but it was worth it. I enjoy my peel and pour Java House instead of my spirochete-filled Keurig. Oh! This is from Julia in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Oh, lovely place.
Oh,
Thanks,
boy.
Julia.
That'll be nice to be there for the weekend.
Yeah.
Now, we got a big weekend planned.
Oof, do we?
And a special show tomorrow that will feature, I think, if I'm getting this right, you and Willie and Josh, Christy, are all going to be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 that will feature, by the way, a Java House car and a Splenda car, among others.
And we'll be
shaped like a big mug.
Talking to some drivers from
Wait a minute.
ECR racing.
You know,
Did you just say a big mug?
Yeah, it looks like a big coffee mug going on.
It would be great if all of the cars had to be shaped like the product they were advertising. And then, interesting enough, that they did that, and the Penske car found that they were cheating. They glued the handle on with extra power.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Roger Penske fired team president Tim Cindric.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Two others.
Team director Ron Rasuski and IndyCar general manager Kyle Moore in the wake of that, what they're calling now the cheating scandal of the 500.
Can't have that.
That's
No cheating.
embarrassing.
Nothing is more important than the integrity of our sport and our race teams.
And the 2 guys that were caught they're going to be starting at the back of the pack.
Yep.
Which means for the first time, there's probably a pretty good chance someone could win from the back.
Yeah.
Because they're both very good. Do you think they knew what that was going on?
I don't know.
This could make a good book.
I mean,
Did the drivers know that something illegal was happening?
Won last year, and his car had the exact same thing on it.
Are they going to take away the trophy?
Oh, they won't do
How
that.
How do you not know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not.
If you're a driver at that level, don't you immerse yourself in your tools and your equipment?
Could be. I don't know. We'll have to find
or you
out.
Just show up and drive.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Wait around. Yeah.
Hey guys, just noticed this thing has 4 tires. Cool. I'm going to get in and drive.
All right.
No, they're actually fairly well.
No, of
that
course
must
they
be
are.
why it goes zoom zoom.
They must. Do you think they think of their cars as extensions of their body in a way?
Probably.
Yeah. So they want to know
everything.
Yes. I don't. But I'm not suggesting they know everything here. I'm just saying.
Now, Tim Wilson used to have a great idea. He thought in the world of NASCAR, it should be a requirement that whatever product you were advertising had to be in your car.
Yeah.
So at one point, we have M&Ms in the 4th turn. Looks like about 50,000 M&Ms. That may be slippery.
That's why I think the Wienermobile should be full of hot dogs, and if there's a crash, the hot dogs come all out on the
And
track.
when is the Wienermobile racing?
Tomorrow, Carb Day, like 3 in the afternoon, I believe.
And there are 6 Wienermobiles. Okay, when we come back, we'll touch on that. Once again, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, where you cannot get wieners for your Wienermobile. As far as I know, maybe they do have them. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Now.
Oh, is this it?
No way.
Can you answer the phone, please?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show. They can hear you, Tom. Hello.
Hey, bless you, boys. This is the Pope.
Is that right?
I got a phone number sitting here. Frank left the phone number. It says a call Bob and Tom, and it has a number here. This is the Pope. This is Leo. Who this?
This is Tom. That's Chick. There's
Josh.
Yeah, we got Jeffrey
Christy.
here, and now actually, interestingly enough, Pat was an altar boy.
Yes, I was.
This is the Bob and the Thomas show?
Yeah.
Oh, this is too cool. I used to hear you guys sometimes in Chicago.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that was great. I'm glad you listened. Yeah.
Oh, this is Pope Leo. I don't know if you guys have heard. I'm a Pope now.
Yeah.
How about that?
How amazing is it that? This is incredible.
You got any changes
Pat
in mind?
Godwin?
Yeah.
Pat Godwin is here. Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Pat Godwin, hey, how you doing? Hey, I was thinking me and you, we could do a big hit song, you know?
Yes, sir.
I was thinking about this. You know the band of Cream?
I do.
They got that song, White Room. I was thinking we'd do There's some white smoke, and I'm Pope now. Ain't that crazy.
I ain't that crazy.
You're an American Pope. How about that?
Oh, yeah, Grand Pope. You're an American Pope.
Pope. I got a big old hat. You're gonna see me do that.
We'll work on it.
Very nice.
How about Sweet Pope Chicago? These are all great songs.
No, I don't like that one, Tom.
Well, there's a new TV show coming up, Chicago Pope.
Chicago Pope.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Pope?
What's that coming up?
Chicago Pope.
Instead of Chicago Hope, Chicago Pope.
Oh, that's an old TV show, right?
It's all about you, Your Highness. Are you going to make any Americanizations of the Vatican or anything?
No, we don't want to do anything too drastic, but I'm thinking what we might do, maybe we have a pro baseball team, huh? Come from the Vatican, you like that, huh?
Yes.
Yep.
Have they already used the name of Cardinals? Can we use Cardinals?
They had that is out there already. Yeah.
Oh, doggone it! I guess that's no good.
How about Padres?
What?
Oh, wait a minute.
The Padres.
That's already
also
used.
taken.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
I am gonna. I gotta change out the Popemobile.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a black and a white cruiser. The Bluesmobile. You like that? Huh?
I love that. Yes.
That's pretty Chicago.
Everybody thought, oh boy, a Pope from Chicago. This is no good. He's gonna blow it. This is gonna be so stupid. It's gonna be, what's his name gonna be? Pope Ditka? No, it's not Pope Ditka. Not gonna be walking around going, the Bears. Hey, how about the Bears?
That's right.
That ain't Pope like. You know what I'm saying?
Not popish at all.
Well,
I got a lot of stuff to do. You guys.
Sorry.
So weird.
You are a busy man, I imagine. Yeah.
Oh, so busy. First of all, I got to go take a hat lesson. You know about that?
Oh, man. Yes.
Yeah, you got a lot of different ones to wear. Listen,
Nobody tells you this stuff. They're like, oh, it's going to be great. You be a Pope. Yeah, this is great. Now I'm going to go take a hat lesson, learn how to walk around in a dress. It's awful.
Did you get to sleep in your new place last night?
I've hardly been to sleep. Are you crazy? There's so much going on. Do you know what time it is?
Not there. No, I'm not sure.
No, me neither.
25 or 6 to 4. Chicago Pope.
Oh, yeah, very good. Very good.
The Chicago Pope. I'm liking all of this stuff.
We're wishing you were here. Now, does the Pope wear a watch?
I don't know.
Oh, I love this joke. I don't know, Tom. Does the Pope wear a watch?
I know you wear the ring. Now, did you get your own?
Yes.
Gotta have the ring.
Oh, he gets a new one?
I think he gets a new one, yeah.
Is it from that organization that makes those high school rings?
Oh, Herf Jones?
I thought it was a Da Vinci coder ring.
Oh, this is all good.
You're gonna get the Pope to hang up.
I gotta find a papal pen to write that down.
Okay. Well, your Pope is straight talking to you.
Yes.
Pen and papal.
If I had more time, I would have hang out and talk to you boys some more. Christy, honestly, you're the only one I want to talk to. You're the only one.
We get that a lot.
Yeah, you're a good Catholic girl. Maybe you could talk some sense into these boys.
Oh, I'll try.
Us heathens.
Yes.
All of you heathens, well, it hadn't worked so far. What, you've been there 30 years or so?
Yeah.
Hey, Pope, you're losing your accent. Well, thank you very much. Hang up.
Get that out of here. No, I'm going to hang up on you.
That's right. He's the Pope.
Boom.
Well, that was a nice surprise.
I didn't think from the
Pope
south side of
Leo?
Chicago his accent would be that.
Italian?
Is that what that was?
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's been there for a little bit.
All the popes are Italian accent.
Now, your kids are, 11 is your son, right?
Yes, correct.
How old's your daughter?
6.
6. Okay, great.
Yeah,
She still gets away with stuff, probably. 6 years old.
She's so funny that I just refuse to punish her for anything.
Right.
She came up from kindergarten one day and she goes, Dad, Stacy and I were playing catch and she hit me right in the balls. She only has an older brother. She's only heard that area referred to as that. A good dad would tell her that she's wrong. I am not going to do that. I have chosen to use that to my advantage. She'll be on her first date and making out with some dude and she'll be like, touch my balls. Guess who's done making out? Until at least college, because now everyone in high school thinks she has balls. Thanks, Facebook.
Best daddy, come on.
When you become the Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, which one is it, more or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So, for clarity's sake, Bob and Tom VIP is...
Want to be able to do it sooner than later? Check out LanterEyeCare.com. Tell Dr. Earl Lanter that Tom said hello.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. There's Pat Godwin. Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. I'm Chick McGee, and hello, Tom Griswold.
Hello, Chick McGee. It's good to see you, sir. We've got stacks of letters here, but we really have to push on a little bit, I think, and get some sporting news out there. Speaking of sports, 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 this Sunday, and we'll have a special edition of this show. You can find us somewhere out there in the ether, and a special edition tomorrow in which a handful of us will be out at the track, as they say, courtesy of Java House. We're doing a special Java House broadcast tomorrow. So
Bringing a lot of warm Java House tomorrow.
That means our show will be amazingly smooth.
Oh, yes.
One thing no one's ever said about this show is, it's so smooth.
Yeah.
The word derail comes to mind.
Embarrassingly rocky.
Yes. Yes. Rough yet unprofessional.
I've heard a mess. I've heard that.
Yeah.
What a mess.
I'll be at the Speedway tomorrow, and they got me on the mopping crew. Did you guys know before every Indianapolis 500 they have to mop the track?
Oh, I didn't
There are
know
like
that.
12 guys that have to, and I have to help. Mm-hmm. I really don't want to do it.
That's a 2.5 mile walk. That's kind of hard.
Yeah, apparently it takes 17 hours.
And it's at a slant.
It would be 17 hours. If there were 400 guys, it would be 17 hours. If there are just a dozen of you, you're going to be there for a month.
I don't really want to be one of the mops.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Very hard.
I want to be the mop.
I want a mop.
Time to check in with Chick McGee at the sports desk. What's happening?
Tyrese Halliburton tied it with a long jumper, bounced high off the back of the rim and threw, and they thought it was a 3, but no, it wasn't. Just a 2, and then they went to overtime, and the Indiana Pacers took care of business, beating the Knicks last night in Game 1, 138-135.
Was this basketball?
The Knicks led by 14 points with under 3 minutes remaining in regulation. Aaron Nesmith brought the Pacers back. A flurry of late three-pointers, 8 out of 9 from three-point range. Nesmith's finished with 30.
Well, he is the great-great-great-great-great-grandson of the creator of the sport.
He should be good, right? Yeah. It's in his genes.
I think that's Naismith.
That's what you said.
Nesmith.
Naismith. Aaron Nesmith.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was named the MVP of the NBA yesterday. And from the NFL, Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay has passed away.
Super sad news. Jim was a great guy.
Yes, Irsay died peacefully in his sleep. Jim's dedication and passion for the Indianapolis Colts, in addition to his generosity, commitment to the community, and most importantly, his love for his family, unsurpassed. And let's go back to the...
I just wanted to say something about Jim. He was a friend of the show, and you may know him because he was a famous collector of memorabilia, a lot of it in the world of rock. He owns one of the sets of drums from the Beatles, and guitars. Some of the most famous guitars in the world were purchased by Jim for the purpose of preserving all that stuff. And he also owns the famous manuscript, Josh, of Jack Kerouac, On the Road.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's amazing. It's a very long display.
That's the one. If you're not familiar with it, it's typed out on a couple hundred feet of. It's in this giant roll. It's certainly a absolute classic piece of American literature. And one of a kind, certainly. But Jim was really devoted to doing all that stuff. Pat McAfee wrote a beautiful tribute. One of the things Pat said was regarding Jim Irsay, he said, he battled his demons, as we all do. God bless Jim Irsay with an abundance of compassion. He wanted to give back and help everybody and everything he saw or knew about. Putting a list together of all the causes, things, and people that Jim's given to would be an impossible task. That was Pat McAfee's words, and Pat, of course, was a punter for the Colts and knew Jim well. But he was in the studio on occasion, and just a great guy, huge rock fan, and had his own band.
Yeah, I saw the band a couple times.
Yeah, and if you're going to pick a band, he had
certainly picked a good.
Yeah, he had some pretty good players.
Yeah.
If you want to Google that and check out some of the stuff that he did. But he, as they say, he will be greatly missed. So such sad news today. Now to get back to the lighter side of the world of sports, Chick start.
Pacers win last night in New York. This is what it sounded like on TNT with Kevin Harlan on the play-by-play, and yes, Reggie Miller on color. And I believe you'll hear Reggie laughing as Halliburton hits the late shot, and that's because Halliburton was showing the choke sign that Reggie made famous long ago when the Pacers battled the Knicks then. He's grabbing his throat. Well, Halliburton did the same thing, and Reggie starts laughing. So here's what it sounded like.
Halliburton. He'll take it. He'll backpedal a three for the win. And he's got
it! Just for Tom, this is that same segment of the game from Korean play-by-play.
I love this.
5초, 할리우드 갑니다. 4초, 3초, 2점을 노리나요? 자, 빠져나가면서 할리우드 쏩니다. 이게 뭐야? 이게 뭡니까? 할리우드!
That delay you hear when you hear is like up in it. That was the ball bouncing straight up into the air on the last shot and straight down through the rim.
No!
Yeah.
It was crazy. It went. I bet it went 10 feet, 15 feet in the air.
Whoa.
It's a pretty incredible shot to see.
Fun.
Yeah.
Wow, great
That
stuff.
gave me goosebumps hearing that.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Can you play it again?
Which one?
The Korean gents.
5초, 할리우드 갑니다. 4초, 3초, 2점을 노리나요? 자, 빠져나가면서 할리우드 쏩니다.
Yeah, that's it. That was the guy sitting in front of me. That was the guy sitting in front of me at my daughter's high school graduation on Sunday.
Oh, excited and happy.
Yeah, that made Matt loud.
And there was a letter to Tom with the Knicks and Pacers playing. Jalen Brunson, I believe he had like 43 last night in a losing cause. He had 5 fouls. But Brunson being a factor in the game, of course, and the series still to come. Kermit would like to preemptively guess that we'll be getting a lot of Then Came Bronson during your sports report.
Once again, my favorite show as a kid, Then Came Bronson, Michael Parks, Harley Davidson, cruising around. And by the way, a must-read is the Mad Magazine parody, Then Came Bombstone.
A must-read. Good luck finding it.
Yeah.
No.
It's not out there.
I had a guy send me a copy.
It all exists on a CD-ROM now.
But it's great. Yeah. Yeah. Then Came Brunson. Okay, that's very good. Now, yesterday there was an incident on the show.
What?
There was an incident on the program with Josh.
What did I do?
Well, we often on this show we will attempt jokes. We all try it.
Oh, that's the
Yes, and they don't all hit.
No.
They don't all, however you want to word it, they don't all land, they don't all stick.
Just remember, a major league hitter, if they bat 350, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
But we don't like to dwell on the ones that don't work.
Of course.
However, we were having a technical discussion yesterday about the audio chain, if you will, of our program, which is excellent. We have an excellent engineering staff, probably the best. And I'd bring Eddie in here, but he hasn't had any sleep for 3 weeks and won't be getting any for the next 4 days. So we'll just congratulate Eddie on being a great engineer. But he took the time to take Josh's joke, and you can hear exactly what happened here.
Oh, okay.
This is the original. So give this a careful listen.
I had a snoring dog, but then I gave it an apnea mask.
What? Yes. No. A snoring dog.
We got it.
Now, you were saying you had a dog that snored.
Well, there was a snoring dog is a type of sausage, right? A type of hot dog, a flavor of a hot dog.
Yes, it is. Snorin. Snoran.
And you opined
that I had a snoring dog once, but I gave it an apnea mask.
an apnea mask.
Right.
And I didn't understand. I didn't understand what you were talking about. Then I realized you meant a sleep apnea.
And in my contention is if I say apnea,
It's
you
redundant.
should, of course,
You
know
say
that it's
Okay.
for
Well,
sleep.
now we took the time and trouble to go back.
All right.
And by Eddie has a machine that uses AI to get some of the nuanced components of electronics
None of this is
brought out,
Okay.
and you'll be able to hear it right here. Listen very carefully.
I had a snoring dog, but then I gave it an apnea mask.
Turducken.
What? Yes. No.
I got the old turducken for that. Now, I mean, the silence was astounding.
Yeah, that wasn't enhanced at all.
No, it's monumental. Yeah.
It was actually longer than I remember.
Yeah.
It is so much longer than I remember. And I am mush-mouthed when
Yes, because it says napnia.
Right, I am mush-mouthed during it.
Would it have
It's
worked?
also a weak joke.
Yeah, but would it have worked if you said, what's the name of the dog again? The snore dog?
Snoring.
A snoring dog. If you had said, I had a snoring dog, but I gave him a sleep apnea mask, would that have helped?
Maybe.
Now, longtime listeners to the show get the turducken reference.
Sure.
Most of you don't, but we just like to sometimes applaud those that are loyal listeners.
Yes, a turducken on this show means a joke that is nothing there.
Yeah.
But in an epic way.
Yes, and the deliverer really expects there to be some sort of positive result.
You do wait for a big time laugh.
Oh, yeah. I wait for anything, and you're right, nothing.
Yeah. Serious silence.
World record in silence.
Yeah.
There is a chance it is a world record.
Yeah, okay. But we're not going to dwell on it, like I said.
Well, why would
Okay, good. We can move forward then.
First thing you learn in radio, don't dwell on your mistake.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We break that rule so much.
Well, I know.
Right now we have a Chick McGee over there. Speaking of your home and enjoying a great weekend, watching stuff on TV. What have you got over there?
Simply Safe, the do-it-yourself, design-it-yourself home security system. We trust it here at the Bob and Tom Studios. We have the system and the cameras, and with Simply Safe, millions of Americans enjoy the new standard in home security and greater peace of mind. They have Active Guard outdoor protection that helps prevent break-ins before they happen. AI-powered cameras backed by live professional monitoring agents monitor your property and detect suspicious activity. If you have a lurker, agents from Simply Safe can see and talk to them in real time, turn on spotlights, and even call the police all before they have the chance to get inside your home. No long-term contracts or cancellation fees. Monitoring plans start affordably, around $1 a day, and 60-day satisfaction guarantee. Visit simplysafetom.com and get an unbelievable deal, 50% off a new system with a professional monitoring plan to get your first month free. That's simplysafetom.com, 50% off and your first month free. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Thank you, Chickster. Coming up, air taxis to ferry fans at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. That's the headline.
You messed something up.
I could have read that a million other ways.
He knew what he was doing.
F-E-R-R.
To transport fans.
Hey, we got any ferry fans out there?
No, it's F-E-R-R-Y.
We understand.
I'm reading the Associated Press headline.
Children, and you have to be careful around
Okay,
us.
sorry. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Ace had nothing to do with this.
No, but Ace and I did play donkey softball.
I don't care about that. There was a donkey in this building that you and I were leading
was that
around.
I can never remember.
Mammoth Jack?
A Mammoth Jack?
Yes.
Was that considered to be a donkey or a mule? That's a donkey, right?
Don't know what the difference is.
Don't you get a horse and a mule to make it? Wait a minute. What is it? Horse and a donkey make a mule? Something like that?
I don't know.
All I know is
it's like algebra. I forget how it works.
His hang down was unbelievable.
No, Pat,
you could almost hear the mechanization start when he had to urinate.
A semi-famous woman who actually worked here had this gigantic animal
rack,
and it was the size. It was this bigger than a horse.
Yeah, it was
huge. And we thought it'd be funny to bring it in the building.
And what happened?
And but we were concerned that it would defecate somewhere in the building, but we brought it in. We took it all around. We had fun with it.
Had picture behind the general manager's desk.
Oh, we thought it was so funny. And then we were having a great time. We were on the air. We were on the air, and then we Chick and I took it outside.
Yeah, and then
what happened?
It knew. somehow it knew to go ahead and pee, urinated, and it was like a fire hose.
Yeah, if nuts. We never even thought of that. If that had happened in the building, they would have had to replace all the carpeting and half the furniture.
What was its name?
Jack.
Oh, Jack. That's sweet.
No, I don't remember.
I'll have to dig it up. But we have pictures.
Find out.
Turtis.
Hey, Turtis.
There he is. There's Tom.
Look at him.
Yeah,
There I
there's
am.
Tom. That's the general manager's desk.
Huge.
Look at the size of that thing.
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
You
really
can
is.
almost see his dork right there at the back.
Oh, yeah. You can kind of see how it's
it's
real black.
He was like a prize mule, I think.
Yeah.
He's a handsome fella.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you mean the donkey?
Look, Tom, you're wearing the same clothes you're wearing that day.
He's got cargo shorts on.
Hang on a
Are
second.
those shorts?
Yeah.
No.
Same shirt, though.
Look at the gut on Griswold. Look at that. Huh?
I think the shirt's kind of baggy.
Whatever,
Is that my
Tubby.
belly?
I never knew you were a
Chubbs. Whatever, Chunkles. What do you weigh there? About 350?
Oh.
You're over 3 bills. Look at that.
You're easily 350.
You guys are totally being mean now.
Well, that'd be
Come
fun.
on.
We had to be mean to get him to put the fork down.
Save his life. He's got a cow heart, isn't he?
So I want to just pause for a moment.
You look like you ate Bob.
I'm all the way in the back of the office. That photograph above the donkey on the upper right. That's a hockey team, Josh. I don't know if you can see. Every guy in that hockey team had a huge mullet. Mm-hmm. It was that era.
Yeah.
And
visual and boring.
And the
now,
donkey.
wait a minute. You're saying that was a hockey team. And they all had the same haircut. And they
Well, unfortunately we don't have that.
A mullet.
Is that desk still in the building?
Is that desk still in the building? I mean, this is bad off the air talk.
Yeah.
We're off the air.
I walk out.
I'd be down the highway.
Now, Josh.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
I feel like I'm watching the dating game.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And here they are. From Columbus, Ohio. He's an inveterate masturbator. What? He's trying to grow a beard and thinking of a radio name. It's Chuck Michaels.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Okay.
Wasn't this for T-Berry gum or something? Didn't they use that?
They
the
may
T-Berry
have.
Shuffle.
Now,
right?
was that indeed the dating game or was
What
that
was
the
the
newlywed
dating?
game?
The lonely. No, the lonely.
It sounded
Bulls? No,
like
what
one
was
of
the
them. I
dating
don't
game?
know.
There. Is this it? Yeah, this is the dating game.
And here they are. He's an obsessive compulsive from Midwestern United States. He likes collecting things and telling people what to do.
Including
Ladies and
children
gentlemen,
and dogs.
They love shiny objects.
and he's just now.
He's a member of the Black Panther Party.
I didn't expect that one coming.
He didn't. And a confirmed bachelor. All right, now here they
He's
are.
fathered 9 children. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Tom Griswold.
That's where you come around the partition. Okay.
Now this is where you go, bachelor number one.
Hey, if I
I'm
was held greasy-
Bachelorette number one.
If I were a bush, what
if I
kind of
drop some
bush
food on the
would I
floor,
be?
how many seconds before you eat it?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jess Hooker.
Hi.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello there.
Ace Cosby. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios.
Is that a part of the song?
Hello, Tom.
What's the matter?
Did you guys hear a beep?
No.
Oh, maybe it is a part of the intro. It sounded like a cell phone to me.
Like your bangs today, Miss Hooker.
Thanks. I just told Pat I'm very Joyce DeWitt today. I was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she was adorable. Yeah.
We went to the same college.
What?
Yeah.
From Three's a Company.
Now, we were talking a little bit of basketball because it's been, just so many terrific games. And last night, a very memorable finish.
Down by 9 with less than a minute left.
With the Knicks and the Pacers.
Pacers come back.
And anyone with a heart is going to root for the Pacers because if you don't hate the Knicks, there's something wrong with you.
True enough.
The folks in New York, they consider anyone that isn't from New York really, it's flyover to them.
Yep.
All we do is provide the food and the honesty that makes America work.
A bunch of condescending
pricks. Yeah.
In New York City, can you imagine having to work with somebody like that? Can you guys imagine?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. But
that's how done, kids.
There was a famous Reggie Miller is doing the commentary.
Yes, he is.
And Reggie's great, long time fan of the show.
Now, did he play basketball?
Played it very well.
Oh, okay.
But not as well as his sister.
Oh,
that's true.
Yeah, boy, he loves that debate, doesn't he?
When there was a famous matchup before, and a chick had mentioned the Choklin. You want to give me the short version?
Oh yeah, this is a long time ago, and Spike said the Pacers choked. I think he started it, and then Reggie said you guys choked. So Reggie, when he made a shot, would put his hands around his throat.
We sure are choking.
And we sure are choking now. And the Pacers win. So Halliburton did the same thing last night. And he said after the game that I really wanted Reggie to see that. So.
No, that's sweet.
Yeah.
But it turns out he didn't win the game. He just tied it. He thought he'd won it when he put his hands up.
Oh, but
around
still.
his throat.
Yeah,
but still, they won the game.
Yeah, it was part of the formula for the win. It was great. But had a special request for this. This is going back to that famous series in which we sent Chick McGee to the airport. To meet the plane that was bringing in Spike Lee. And as you can imagine, there was a pack of reporters there.
Now listen to this, and you're going to hear the same words here.
Did you know that I just won the National King of the Setup Award from the National Broadcasters Association?
Redundant emeritus.
No, it's a 4-hour show award. Just play the bit, please.
Spike Lee at courtside gives the choke sign to Reggie Miller. Suddenly, Reggie catches fire, has one of the greatest games in the history of the NBA. We have our own Chick McGee at the airport. Chick.
Hi. Spike's plane is unloading right now. Gentlemen, it's a carnival atmosphere here.
How many people are there, Chick?
There he is right here. Here he comes.
Okay.
With his Knicks hat on, and he's zipping right by us. Mark's running up to him with the Choklin shirt, and he's almost all the way out of the terminal already. So I have to run back and get my sports, and I'll describe to you as we're chasing Mr. Lee. We're at gate D8, and now we're at gate D7, and Mr. Lee is acting as if we don't exist. Okay, and let me think. I'm starting to get a little winded. Of course, Mr. Lee's a spry young man, and I can't really catch up with him right now. He's being interviewed by a pool of reporters, and now he's sticking with no comment. And I'm behind an officer of the law. The officer is armed. Mark now is looking at him. Spike is now finally acknowledging Mark's presence. We're having a little laugh about something, but I don't know what it is. Yes, boy. I tell you what.
I can hear big laughs there.
Oh yeah, I have no idea what it's about.
Well, we're covering this like cheese on a pizza. We're all over this.
We are. Mark's up there right with him with the camera.
Thank God.
And I'm about 4 deep behind 3 police officers. And now he's trying to go get his bags. And I ran into the pillar.
There you go. That's Chick McGee covering Spike Lee.
Just excellent.
Yes.
Peabody Award. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of your best.
And Spike, of course, courtside again. And the show continues tomorrow night. And then, interestingly enough, it'll be a home game for the Pacers and the Knicks the evening of the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. That's going to be, there'll be people that are fatigued, tired.
Good Uber day.
Yeah.
For the drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they call that? Prime pricing or whatever?
Yeah.
Surge.
It's gonna be insane.
Surge pricing. Yes.
Surge, yeah.
I don't know who Surge is, but he's making some money.
He sure is. He's
Hey,
doing very
that
well.
sounds like a Russian name to me. Typical commie.
Yeah. Speaking of that, commies, NFL just passed. They tried to ban the tush push yesterday, but they fell short. The fate of that short yardage strategy that's blatant cheating and helping the runner was on the agenda at the spring meetings. In Eagan, Minnesota, the ban of offensive players from pushing, pulling, lifting, grasping, or encircling a runner was supported by a 22-10 vote. You're wondering, well, that seems a majority, Chick. What's happening? Well, they had to have 24 votes out of the owners, and they didn't get it.
It's a big Philly thing. It's cheating. I agree with you.
You shouldn't help.
Why not let him do the flying wedge again?
Help the runner. I can't get on deep. Me and Josh can't be on the defensive side, and I can't shove Josh into the runner.
Not fair.
That'll be a flag.
Yeah.
And then I see linemen picking up running backs and lifting them into the end zone.
Yes. What's next?
What's next?
Why couldn't you do a Bill Veck in the world of football and hire a man or even a woman very small of stature?
A dwarf?
Thank you.
Actually, would you like to hear something?
And then you do we can call it the cannonball. And then you pick up the aforementioned dwarf and heave him over the line.
Can't do that.
Famous.
Well, of course you can.
There's a famous picture of my boy, Joe Theismann, and Andre the Giant. Andre came and tried out with Washington Redskins at the time. And George Allen's idea was to have a smaller running back and have Andre throw him across the line of scrimmage in short yardage. What's the difference between that and this comical, half-assed, uncompetitive, and the NFL will tell you.
I see no difference.
Vulgar name, the tush push. It's a terrible name.
And there's no difference between this and fixing the score.
That's right.
And this is just a horrible injuries just waiting to happen.
That was the big argument. Was no one they weren't able to prove that anyone had ever been injured in the play.
That's the NFL.
These owners' meetings are taking place in Eagan. How do you feel about meeting somebody named Megan? Instead of Megan, they go with Megan.
Oh, it's like Ian instead of Ian. Mm-hmm. My name's Ian. Get out.
If that's your name, you've got to go with Megan.
I think so too. Yeah.
You're in America.
I'll do my part.
It's important to go with Megan as opposed to Megan.
And
so, is it illegal then to throw a player?
I'm sure it is, unless the Eagles try it and they win the Super Bowl. Maybe they'll be able to do it. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's say somebody has the ball. 6 guys get together, 3 on each side, and they put their arms together.
That's the flying wedge.
To use as like a trampoline.
That's illegal.
That's the flying wedge?
They lock their arms together and they run with the guy behind them.
It's like there's 6 guys.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And there's a running back.
I'm sorry. Use their arms as like in a trust fall position, and the person jumps in their arms. They spring them into the end zone.
Be very entertaining.
Now we're at a carnival.
Yes.
Yeah, it's turning the game into a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, it's ridiculous.
It's a big joke, Tom. We don't need that.
If you're just joining us, hello, thanks for joining us. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios here in the Bob and Tom program. Earlier in the show, I'll tell this to Miss Hooker. We were reviewing the interesting fact that many things seen in the television show from 1962 known as The Jetsons.
Oh, God.
Great show. Many things from The Jetsons exist in contemporary culture today. Mm-hmm. And we forgot one. I was just doing a little research here. Did you know that in The Jetsons they had flat screen TVs?
Oh, yes.
Yes, they did.
And we
like Zooms, essentially.
When we didn't have those until what? 15 years ago?
I lost my mind when Bob and I went to the Barcelona Olympics. They had flat screen and high definition at that Olympics in the reporters area, and it was unbelievably great. And we didn't have it yet here in the United States.
And pretty soon they're going to be paper thin.
Oh, yeah.
You'll just be able to, it'll come in a roll. You'll just walk up, unroll.
Well, didn't they have something like that recently? Something very similar?
The Sony Parchment? Yes. Yeah. But they kept bursting into flames.
I believe what you're looking for is the word similar.
Similar?
Very similar.
Similar?
2-side ones?
What?
Two-sided?
Yeah, the Sony Kandinsky.
Here's some rules that they should pass. Are you ready, Tom?
Yeah.
Expand the overtime to 15 minutes. They have passed a rule change. You'll love this, Tom. That will allow both teams to possess the ball in overtime during the regular season.
That's important.
Regardless of a touchdown or not. Because before the regular season, if you scored a touchdown, game over. But not now. The other team will
death is better.
Other team gets to touch the ball.
They're going
Socialism.
They want allow a replay for missed penalties. They want to have, to Josh's point, they want to have a major and minor defensive pass interference, which I kind of agree with.
That's interesting. Okay.
The current system penalizing defensive players on pass interference calls. This gets under my collective skin. It's too punitive. Not every flag warrants the offense taking over at the spot of the foul. It should be the college rule, 15 yards. But if I throw it deep, hoping for a pass interference, and I get the ball at the 2,
Yeah,
I had it at the 9, there's no... That doesn't. No offsetting penalties on any 15-yard versus 5-yard fouls. Reseed the playoffs in the second round. They want to, if you win the division, you still get a home game. But if you advance, then if you've only won, let's say 9-8 to win your division, and there's another team
with a better record,
they'll seed ahead of you in the second round. I agree with that one as well.
But what's the point of having divisions if you're not going to?
Exactly. But you get the first round, you get a home playoff game.
All right. I
So
see. That makes sense.
Right there. And fans and VIPs, speaking of the Olympics.
Yes.
Get to coach one play. That's one of the rules that's up for.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
Is that done at random by seat?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And even kids can do it?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be great? Some 5-year-old walks out. Can we do the Statue of Liberty? That's Tom's favorite play from the Bob and Tom Show.
How does that make you feel? You're thinking like a 5-year-old. How does that make you?
The 5-year-old for me would be an advancement.
Nixon called in a play to George Allen one time with the Redskins, and this is true.
Yeah, it is
and
true.
Evidently, they fumbled it or something. But I think it was kind of like the Statue of Liberty. Now that I remember,
Nixon
sort of kind of remembered it.
Was a fairly celebrated young football player.
There's a great story about Nixon in the back of a limo. Anyone know where this is going?
Oh yeah, over the waistband handy from Pat. Yeah.
No, with Hunter Thompson.
Thank you, buddy.
Hunter Thompson, the one would call him countercultural,
the gonzo journalist,
writer, and very well versed in football, as was Nixon. And these two were. I was certainly at odds about many things, but there's a famous situation in which Hunter Thompson was sitting there with Nixon talking football. Pretty cool. But Chick is right about the play going.
Let me tell you something, Fans and VIPs will be able to fly to venues at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. This from the Griswold News Agency.
This is from the Associated Press. There's an ass in it, you know.
The first
Tom, it's fake news. Oh, sorry. Back to you.
What the hell?
Hey, get that guy out of here, will you?
How did he get in here?
Yeah, boy, oh boy.
I saw we doubled our security. We put the sign up to say, make the sure this
Tom, I am
closed.
sorry that you were interrupted by that gentleman.
Me too. Would you get in one of these things?
We don't know what we're getting into.
Oh, sorry.
First air taxis ever to be used at the games. Archer Aviation's piloted electric air taxi, known as Midnight, will ferry up to 4 passengers from a vertiport takeoff and landing hub near the major venues for athletic competition. The planned network includes vertiports, vertical port, at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood and the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum south of downtown. They're slated to share opening and closing ceremonies. Other locations, Los Angeles International Airport, Hollywood, Santa Monica, and Orange County.
So instead of saying a heliport, now it's a vertiport, so they're not all helicopters, I gather.
Well, they're not helicopters, yeah.
Yeah, but these
they
things...
won't fly as high, I bet.
This seems scary to me.
But they won't, of course, be anywhere near Newark.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Are you aware of that, Josh?
I am aware of that,
Okay. At the Newark Airport right now, they're changing the name to Cluster.
Yeah, they have an issue.
Would you get in one of these things?
Old technology and such.
Sure.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't get in a helicopter, but I get one of these. Explain that to me. I don't know.
Because they don't have blades above like a helicopter.
They're like...
It's like a hovercraft kind of, but they're small like a Sea-Doo. They don't seat a lot of people. Is this the one we saw? We watched
take off.
I think this one's slightly different.
A couple weeks ago on. Okay.
This can carry passengers. That one looked like a one.
Oh, okay.
The one-seater.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like the Star Wars Ewok.
Yeah.
Hartley. For
Yeah,
lack of a better term.
I don't know. I think it's scary. I don't want one of the Olympic events to begin with a moment of silence for the 4 VIPs who.
Oh, boy.
Now, I wonder what that would cost.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Can't be cheap.
How much would you pay, totally safe, guaranteed safety, get you from point A to point B in one of these?
In Los Angeles during the Olympics?
Air taxis.
Oh, sure.
Well, anywhere.
A couple $100.
You would?
Sure.
Okay. Avoid traffic and everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you could be at the airport in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But I wouldn't trust it. When this has been around for a while, I'm a little hesitant to get in one of those Waymo taxis.
Boy, they're having a huge recall. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Really?
Things aren't going well.
Yeah.
Jeff Oskey from our staff had a fun experience in one of those, but
I guess he got heckled by people who was driving by.
Yeah, people I guess deliberately try to jump in front of them.
But no. Oh, no, I'm being told that was just because it was Jeff.
Oh, okay.
You know what? We didn't take that into account.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So we'll see. I don't know if I can't believe it. And there isn't a picture of this in this Associated Press report that I can see.
That's suspicious.
There's just a picture of SoFi Stadium.
Short for.
He's so fine. What if they bought the rights to that song from George Harrison?
One more time. Here's Halliburton.
They could have with my student loans.
Here's Tyrese Halliburton from TNT sending the game into overtime last night.
Halliburton. He'll take it. He'll backpedal a 3 for the win. And he's got it!
I mean, it just does.
And here's the same thing from Korean radio.
5초 달려서 갑니다. 4초 3초 2점을 노리나요? 자 빠져나가면서 할리버튼 쏩니다. 이게 뭐야? 이게 뭡니까? 할리버튼.
You know, that was the same sound when I lived in South Korea. That's the same sound they made when I would undress in the locker room.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
How are we doing today, fellas?
Oh!
They're very astounded.
American White Devil.
Josh, that's all you.
That was usually, quite honestly, that kind of thing was yelled at me by old Korean women who were still mad about
We don't have anything to do.
1952 or whatever the hell.
Just think of right now is Christmas break.
Yeah.
How about that?
Coming up, we have exciting things in the world of news and sports.
Mostly news.
A special edition of this show coming up tomorrow, brought to you by our friends at Java House. Details forthcoming. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Alex and Christian are both great competitors. That doesn't always translate to a smooth workplace.
Hydrate, hydrate.
Boom. Productivity around here? Not smooth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. That's it. One of you get me a coffee.
Want a barista quality coffee fast? With Java House, you just peel, pour, and enjoy. No complicated brewer needed. Amazingly smooth. Not smooth.
The telephone. I believe we have the author of the Big Butter Jesus song, Haywood Banks.
That is correct.
Hi, Haywood. How are you?
Good.
No.
Sure, you've been up all night.
You know, somebody called me at 2:30 in the morning. Hey, did you know that Big Butter burned down? Yeah. Couldn't you call me at like 9?
Well, I know that we spoke yesterday, and I know that you had hundreds of phone calls.
Unbelievable.
And we also were talking, and you have written a new verse.
I have a new verse.
Now, I dare I ask, is it going to be possible for you to play it over the phone?
You can dare ask. Yeah,
I'm anticipating the dropping of a phone. Do you have the phone crooked in your shoulder?
some lyrics. I will rest it on the arm of the chair here.
All right. Okay. Well, give us a test.
Okay.
Put it down and then come back.
That's not
Not bad.
Well, not bad. That's, I guess, a perfect spot for it.
In fact, maybe we could have you do our show this way from now on.
We can only dream.
Well, okay. Now, are you just going to do the? We just heard the song. Are you just going to do the new verse?
Yeah, I'll play the last verse. The new verse. I call this the epilogue or the epilogue.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Anytime.
One night, Big Butter got hit by lightning, and it burned to its frame wire in a giant grease fire. Some blamed it on Satan, and boy, that would be frightening. But I think it's Jesus' Father that's in charge of the light. Big fireball Jesus, inflammable Jesus, oh charbroiled Jesus, oopa Jesus, oh extra crispy Jesus, bananas Foster Jesus, I'm put out, it's not Jesus. Charcoal-y some more.
Oh, my.
Yes, I'm put out, it's not Jesus. Charcoal-y some more.
I tell you, I am single now. This came up. We'll talk about it more later.
I'm sorry.
You're not going to be able to stop me. It's come out. But I tell you this much right now. I am trying to talk to girls. Yeah. And I'm young. I can talk to young girls. You ever looked at a young girl? They're great. They're great.
Yeah. Sure.
You ever talk to one? It's like torture. It's like having a conversation with a baby, except babies don't have dumb ideas yet. It's like if my nephew all of a sudden was misinformed about politics and had dumb dog stories. It'd be like I was on a date with him. They don't even know what to say, but I'll get to the naked picture in a second. I was talking to a girl. We were at a place that has pool tables. I go, hey, do you play pool? And she goes, I had sex on a pool table once.
Oh, wow.
That's a weird way to say you don't play pool. I don't even know how to respond. Was it a league? What is that? How do I go to that? I'm glad I didn't ask if she played ping pong.
Yeah.
But that pictures thing.
Yeah, you got to be careful who you send naked pictures
with these young chicks. They'll send naked pictures.
Yeah.
You can do it. You don't even have to. I was just texting back and forth with a girl, and she's like, hey, I like you or whatever, and you want to see some good pictures. Hey, yeah, semicolon, close parenthesis, I do. And then she sends a few of them, and I'm like, hey, these are hot.
Yeah.
And then she's got short hair in one and long hair in the other. They just keep them on file like W-2s. From now on, send me your boobs and today's newspaper.
Yeah,
I want to
see them with today's headlines. Yeah.
You want to know that they're fresh. Tell us more about scatting.
Well, it's it's like in the traditional jazz sense. It's the scoot up, beat a bada. But I mean, I don't do that. I do it to classic rock only.
Right.
The most famous scat is probably the worst ever.
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra, a great artist, but the doobie, one of the worst, absolutely terrible scats. But
but I mean, it's hard. Like if you're in the car and you're listening to Led Zeppelin, it's hard not to do the bow bow bam dum doom cack doom bam 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 doom cack doo. So
brilliant. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I've got the notoriety came from the AC/DC, which really took sail, which is the dum 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 Bidun babway no dum dun dun padum 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 padum
brilliant.
And, my girlfriend's like, most people sing the lyrics.
That's true.
Okay. I
Staring
can
out the
scat
window.
Amos Moses by Jerry Reed.
Oh,
please.
yeah.
Let's hear it.
Please.
On that note, we have to go. Thanks for joining us.
$1,000 you could win too. Once again, 9 to 5 today here on Q95. Don't forget our beers out there. The Brew 95 at the Beer Brewery and other spots. I'll tell you later.
Welcome
Time constraints prevent.
to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Christy and Josh and Pat and Jess, Ace. This has been Chick McGee speaking. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick. It's great to see you.
Go nuts, man. It's time for news.
Big sporting weekend, big sporting week. Lots of great things going on.
Oh, yeah.
We have Jess Hooker in the studio.
Unless David Rush does something, then we're not going to talk about anything. We'll talk about David Rush.
Oh, I do have a world record I forgot to give you.
Oh, I hope so. Go ahead.
You want me to?
Special
I'll give it to you in just a couple minutes.
No, you can do it.
No, I don't want to do it.
Please.
Right now, we're going to check in with Christy Lee. Now, you told me in the green room we have romance in the news.
Absolutely.
Oh, who doesn't love romance?
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone loves good
I'm a sucker
romance.
for it.
Where you flirt, though. Where you flirt can make or break your chances of getting together.
This is
however.
important, isn't it?
You mean location, not orifice.
Yes.
You flirt through orifices.
Or your eyes or your
You know, Tom.
Just trying to clarify. Sometimes.
You ever have one?
I wrote the beginning of the story. I think I made it very clear.
I wrote
it.
I wrote it.
Why don't you read it?
Hey,
then?
you're cute.
No. No, please.
New research shows that the location and setting matters more than looks, charm, or even how well you know the person.
Oh, come on.
Across 5 studies, Chick, people were much more likely to say yes to a romantic advance in places like bars or dating apps. In other words, anywhere that feels socially appropriate.
Right.
Yeah, instead of on safari.
Yeah, or at a wake.
Or at a...
Well, that's actually in here, Josh.
You hit it. Less welcome flirtations in offices, doctors' waiting rooms, or funerals. And here's a...
Can you imagine hitting on somebody if you... So sorry to hear about your husband. By the way, I got a nice roast beef at my house. Want to come over?
That happens all the time.
Wait a minute, hold it. I think we need to focus on his pickup line as he's got meat at his house and he wants to share it with...
Women do that all the time.
Hey, you want to come over?
What?
The old delivering the casserole
to
the widower. Yeah,
yes.
that's kind of an old trope, but I bet it came from somewhere, didn't it?
Sure did.
Yeah.
But
and
I mean,
Margaret does it on Grace and Frankie. It's a beautiful scene.
I just don't think that the point of this article, you don't do it standing next to the casket.
Attractive people fared better overall. Duh.
From the Shinola Institute of Technology.
Right?
No Shinola.
Yeah.
Pardon me, ma'am. Would you like to go out sometime?
But they even bombed in the wrong place. A hot
Excuse
stranger at
my
a funeral?
hump.
No, not at a funeral. Familiarity helped a little, but it wasn't a deal breaker. In fact, people didn't like when a friend made a move in an awkward place. Like, you should know better than that.
Man, the doctor's office is real funny, too.
The waiting room? Can you imagine?
Yeah. Come on.
Nobody talks in the waiting room at the doctor's office. It's
What are you in for?
And you got the same grash and same. Is your groin still itching like mine? I got a wicked rash.
Have you
How about
ever had to call a past lover and tell them that you have
no
STD and they need to get tested? Mm-hmm. You've never had to do that?
No.
Boy, thankfully I haven't either. Anybody?
No, me either.
Yeah.
No.
Those are some tough calls. And do them.
Yeah.
If you're thinking out there.
You already did them.
Well,
Oh, you mean make the calls?
Yes.
So, what is a good place then to...
The type of invite mattered as well. A dinner date was usually more welcome than a come on over pitch, which Tom just threw out. With roast beef.
I got some roast beef over here.
Especially for women and especially in places where romance feels out of place. Bottom line, people respond to flirting, but it has a lot to do with the vibe of the room, which makes sense. Bars equal good, funerals equal not so good.
What do you think about the gym?
The gym, the farmer's market is a big one.
These are both good.
Yes, good. Yeah, the gym.
No.
Like places that you enjoy going is where you would want to meet people you have things in common with.
Christy,
right?
you're saying no to the gym.
Not at the gym.
You're focused. You're.
Yeah.
I say no to the gym.
You're
I
not.
think the gym is very sexual.
You're not feeling your most.
You're all.
No, I'm sweaty and gross.
Yeah, you're all sweaty.
Yeah,
And
but if he's going to hit on me like this.
the pheromones
Yeah.
are roaring.
If he likes, stinky Christy, he's going to be okay when you powder up.
There are
powder up,
or maybe not. Maybe he just wants stinky.
Yeah.
True.
And then there are the people that just go to the gym to get picked up. We've all seen them.
Yeah.
You know what?
Full face of makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
yeah.
It's nuts.
I think Tom is missing the boat. I think you should teach a course on picking up women.
That
roast beef and
I
tell
can't
them.
believe he said roast beef.
That's so funny.
The powder up. That was.
And you know what he does?
line.
Hey, you want to come to my house for some roast beef? He goes, no. Oh, probably a vegan.
I hear you fart a lot.
Gassy, yeah.
Probably a lesbian. Vegan lesbian.
Now, didn't we have a? I think we just had a thing recently also about geographical locations. Irrespective of where, if you're at the gym or the funeral, whatever, certain places are significantly more romantic. I imagine if you're in Paris, France versus, say, Paris,
Ethiopia.
Illinois.
Yeah. Ethiopia, yeah.
You want to go out? Why, do you have food? No. No.
My friend Tom has roast beef.
Yeah, how about that?
I got the States.
Let's talk about that first date. Is using a coupon acceptable?
No.
Absolutely.
Ace.
No.
A new
I
survey.
think I would laugh.
I would laugh.
What about go ahead and
A new survey suggests attitudes about frugality are shifting among Americans with respect to budget-conscious dating.
please.
In a Talker research poll, 55% said it's perfectly fine to use a coupon on a first date. Over 35% would be impressed if a date used reward points to pay.
Oh, all right. I see.
Nope.
60%
What kind of- but
find
first of-
frugality a positive trait.
So the coupon, you're obviously going to be you're not going to be at,
No, there are nice
You'd be
restaurants
surprised,
that have frequent shopper
Yeah.
cards or whatever. Yeah.
Or you get a 10% coupon on
Really
your phone.
nice, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Not-
looking at me like I'm crazy.
Not
I
like-
can show you one or
Okay.
tonight.
Not like Sardi's or the Brown Derby or someplace that you think's still open.
Tavern on the Green.
No.
I'd like we have the two for one Chateaubriand for two. She'd like the hamburger, as Greg Hunt says. I'd like the filet.
More than 25% describe frugality as being sexy, and over half said they've been turned off by someone trying to show off their money. $125 is the most people are comfortable spending on a first date.
Who's turned off by somebody showing off money?
Well, I think they mean
half.
they mean being real showy, like whipping out a big wad.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah. I'll take this much.
Yeah.
This was surprising.
Like in Goodfellas. I need this much money, and you hold your fingers apart.
Nearly 50% are happy to split the bill on a first date.
Now you're talking Ace's language.
I wouldn't allow it, but I do believe
way.
that that's probably accurate.
Yeah, it's possible.
I've had a lot of girls in my dating life offer.
Yes. Yeah.
And you've turned them down.
I said, no, if you pay half, then you don't owe me anything sexual.
Oh.
So I'd rather have the...
No, and what is that? That illustrates full communication.
Exactly.
On your
And by the way, I saved money on these condoms. There's an expiration date that's passed, but hey, we're fine. There's no reason to think that they're rotting.
Can I pay half? No, I'd rather have the Uber Beach.
I love the Uber Beach. We had that for dessert.
Uber Beach.
Is that the one where they take the torch and they crisp up the top?
Can't beat it, Uber Beach.
Oh yeah, I'd like the Uber Beach.
Now, how about a guy that's your first date and he goes, listen, about a month ago, I bought this Groupon. It's a lovely thing.
Yeah.
We can go paint and drink wine at this place.
Oh, yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Would you guys be okay with the Groupon scenario?
Yeah.
Yes. That would be fun.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think so.
You're against it.
Against the,
Although any activity is better than like a movie, if you can actually communicate to the person and you do something together, that might be fun.
Have you ever planned a movie knowing that you didn't really want to go on the date? Maybe you talked to them and was like, oh gosh, let's just go to the movie because I really don't want to talk to them anymore.
No, I haven't.
No?
A movie's a great
Yeah, me
first
either.
date because you don't talk.
Yeah, weird thing happened to me. I went to a place and they offered me the senior menu and they offered my date the kids menu. That was awkward.
And rad.
Isn't Tom funny?
How about a character, by the way, Josh, in the wake of your joke, a character named H.J. Uber? Hi, H.J. Uber. How are you?
I like it.
Let's not sleep on Beach.
I like Beach.
Yeah.
The old Beach Uber. Okay. We've made some progress here, thank you, in the world of romance. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello there, it's Ed from Ed Septic and Sewage. I'm here at this poor SOB's house. He got quoted $20,000 for a new system. I'm doing that same system for him, $500. I know what you're thinking. Ed, how can you do it so cheap? Well, first of all, this machine, stolen. That saves me a ton of money. Secondly, I'm not licensed or bonded. That saves me tens of thousands of dollars a year. So if you need a cheap septic, call me, Ed Septic. When things get hectic, call Ed Septic at the number below. From Ed Septic.
I'd known Mike Pence since 1998 when I was working for WIBC and we moved downtown. He was working on Radio Network Indiana, and our offices were right next to each other. And this was before he ran for Congress and won, and way before governor and all that. And so we would go to lunch twice a week and just talk about that, this or the other. So then he became a congressman, and then he ran for governor, and I got to help with his campaign a little bit. I mean, I hosted his announcement party that he was running for governor, and I hosted his prayer breakfast as part of his inauguration and all that. So I was, just thrilled that, he and Karen had been lifted to this point. So in 2017, he had just been sworn in as vice president. And he was coming back to the 500 for the first time as vice president. And I'll never forget that morning, like 5 Black Hawk helicopters coming in and landing back on the golf course. These guys aren't jacking around, let me tell you. So it was set up that I would interview him in the suite that he was going to be in the second term on like lap 30 or 40. They were going to pick me up on like lap 30 and have me go up there. So I'm back in the garage here, and that year I've been, thankfully, I've been on the 9th floor of the Pagoda for the 500 on the radio network. I've been in the North Pits. I've been here, there, and the other. Well, that year, I'm in the garage area and the hospital. That's what I'm covering. I'm the guy nobody wants to talk to because you've either broke or you crashed if you're talking to Dave. So it gets to be about half an hour before the start of the 500. And of course, oftentimes on the first laps, there's an accident. And so I would have to go to the hospital and interview somebody. And then in like an hour, I'm supposed to go interview the vice president. So I thought I better take care of business. So I go in the bathroom. I'm the only one back there. Everybody else is out on the starting grid. So I go to the bathroom and I got a belt on that's holding up my pants, and I got another belt that's holding up my radio gear. So I get everything all situated, and I'm holding up my radio network belt with my little finger, and things are going fine. And all of a sudden, my finger slipped off that belt, and the river jumped off its banks all over the front of my pants, my khaki pants. A half an hour before the start of the race, an hour before I'm supposed to interview the vice president, I'm surrounded by 300,000 people. There's no way I'm going to run home and get another pair of pants. So, man, I'm grabbing towels and I'm wiping to beat the band. Oh, my gosh. And I do that. So, again, I'm the only one back there. So I jump on my golf cart and I run over to the south part of the garage area. And I'm standing out there in the sun and the wind going, come on, Mother Nature. And thank goodness, A, nobody crashed on the first lap. And B, my pants dried. Because what would what would be the reaction of the Secret Service when I come walking up to interview the vice president with Lake Michigan on my pants? So, but thankfully they all dried out. But I got to thinking afterwards, every square inch of that infield is covered with video. So somewhere on the 9th floor of the Pagoda, there's a guy staring at a bank of monitors going, will you look at that? Wilson pissed his pants.
We're talking with comedian friends, Mark Klein and Nick Griffin. Nick, anything new in your life?
Well, no. I mean, I'm just out there, trying to make it work. I think you got to try to enjoy yourself. Obviously, I'm a positive guy, very optimistic.
I've noticed that. That's what I like about you.
Yes. I feel
Is this your New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I feel like,
2010's your year.
No, I need to be more realistic, and I feel like, you got to enjoy yourself in the moment because, in an hour, a day, a week, it's all going to suck again. Because that's life, right? Good, sucky, sucky, sucky.
You say that in Japan, and you're going to have a great time.
It's true. It's just hard adjusting to the sucky part of life because when you first get to Earth, everything's sweet. When you're a baby, everyone's kissing your ass, hugging you, feeding you, and then boom, acne, erections, calculus.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
Hey, looking for the link to sync with Bob and Tom VIP? Yeah? It's right there at bobandtom.com.
Paul, you kind of came off the road as a comedian. Many years ago when you started doing the TBS show. How many?
We started in 95, so
really
14 years.
Wow.
Doing it.
But you occasionally go back out on the road and do stand-up.
I do. I took a little time off the last couple of years, but now I'm getting back out there. It can kind of burn you out being on the road. But,
sure.
I always see stuff on the road that you just don't see anywhere else, and it just makes you laugh. And I was staying at this hotel and one of my club dates, and I go down to the jacuzzi, and there's a sign above the jacuzzi that says, "No one shall jump or dive into the jacuzzi." Now, if you're going to dive headfirst into a jacuzzi, are you really going to be swayed by the word shall? Come on, boys, let's go into jacuzzi. Hold on, I see the King's English.
Wow.
What the heck?
I'm guessing that was a lawyer. They really should have.
That just made me laugh all day.
Generator to keep you going when it's hot, when it's cold, et cetera, et cetera. Check out the Generator Super Center today on Hagui Road.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. As you can tell, it's Tico Taco time.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Cold tacos for breakfast?
Yes, I'm having the coagulated beef tongue in a hard.
Yummy.
Ooh.
There's Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello, chick.
Is it Samba?
Samba, very good.
Samba,
Yes.
very good. I got it very good.
Very
There's
good.
Pat Godwin.
That's right.
Yep, there's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
There's Josh Arnold.
This is known as Samba Kinda Wonderful.
Oh.
Yes.
Samba kind of wonderful.
I wish they all had pun names like polka songs do.
Samba Enchanted Evening.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
How about that? Some kind of wonderful. How about that song, huh?
No, thank you.
Yes, indeed.
How about a hot lady? Samba bitch.
I like Samba bitch.
What?
But it doesn't have to be a hot. It could be, son of a. Don't go messing with the Samba bitch.
Don't go messing with a Samba bitch.
We're at O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios.
Hair of the payroll.
What is that accent?
I have no idea.
That's
O'Reilly
Eastern
Auto
European, and you know
Parts
it.
for all your car care
It's
needs.
Czechoslovakia.
Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hello, Tom.
Well, every member of Nazareth was Czechoslovakia.
Of course.
Look it up.
Now, we were discussing first dates.
Yeah, whether it's acceptable to use a coupon or not.
And Pat claims.
What is this,
I
Pat?
don't claim it's the truth. I am a romantic. I pay for every meal.
Do you know?
Yeah.
I do too.
Is that romantic? Do
You mean
see
you
that?
pay for your meal?
I pay for every meal when I'm on a date.
Every meal. Both hers and
McDonald's is $1 menu.
Okay.
I have no reason to doubt you, Pat. I'm the same way. I like
know.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels right.
Yeah, it does feel right.
It feels right.
Well, the essence of the story was that it's important if you're making a move that you do it in the appropriate place. They literally said,
that
don't
was a
do it at a
different
funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless she's real hot.
Were there other places they said don't? I missed
Yeah.
it.
Doctor's waiting room.
Doctors' waiting rooms and at the office.
Now, my girlfriend will often sneak and get it to the person first. She's also extremely generous.
Oh, you're talking about paying the bill.
Paying the bill, yeah. Going back to the bill thing. I just want to make that clear.
Oh, no, we thought the way you said it sounded like she was, while you were on a date, she would sneak away and ask another guy out.
And by the way,
am I right?
Happened the one time.
No, I'd like to speak on behalf of the room, Pat. When you just said that you wanted to remind people that your girlfriend pays sometimes too. Yeah. You didn't sound frightened of her at all. So I'd just like to get that out there.
And we were well aware of the fact
good
that
job.
she does pay.
I'm curious
sometimes.
if you are guys, if you are meeting your girl's father for the first time,
Yeah.
do you sneak off and pay for dinner so that he can't?
Oh, I see. I've never been
when
in
the
that.
bill. So when the bill comes,
Yeah.
it's already
That's a
taken
cool
care
move.
of.
I've never met. at the
I
father.
have done that.
I've only met fathers at the homes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not
yeah,
at
I've
the restaurant.
never. Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't think I would.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't want to be. I feel like it's a little presumptuous.
Okay.
I have done that, but then I saw the Sopranos episode where
Yeah.
Tony loses his mind
Yeah.
because Finn pays the bill, Meadows' boyfriend.
Right.
And he just, hey, I pay.
Right.
So
right.
when you grow up and have your daughter, then you pay. That's how it works.
I'm kind of with Tony on that.
Yeah.
I'm with Tony on that one.
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, he was also upset maybe for other reasons.
Oh, he was upset.
He didn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
them. I didn't see this.
Yeah, the fact that they were a Jack in the Box, hey, thanks, Big Spender.
I'm not sure if he had to kill Big Pussy yet or not.
But you let the dad be the dad, right? Or the patriarch in that sort of.
Yeah, I could see that.
I have brought mother's flowers, that
Oh,
kind of thing.
okay.
When I meet them.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, that kills. I mean, that goes over with everybody.
Oh, sure.
Really?
That really wins.
Did you take off the thing saying we're sorry about your loss when you lifted them off the gravestone?
Nobody sees it for what it is.
A
Manipulative,
a thinly veiled,
in her pants.
You know, and you wink at the mom.
Yeah,
like,
if this doesn't work out with your daughter.
And I say nice things like, "Oh, I see where she got her huge boobs from."
Yes. Yeah. And by the way, can you go up to her room, grab an extra pair of panties because I'm keeping these?
And you tell her you must be her sister. You can't be her mother.
Oh, don't
crap
tease
like
me.
that.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Speaking of boobs, scientists have determined that the love heterosexual men have for breasts is innate and not imposed by cultural modesty norms.
Yeah, you think it might have something to do with the fact that we fed off of them for the first year of our
Literally.
lives?
Yeah, right? Researchers studied the Dani tribe of Western New Guinea.
Hi, I'm Danny. I'm Danny. We're all Danny.
Where it was norm for women to go topless up until 20 years ago when tribal women began covering up. They interviewed the Dani men who came of age when all women were topless, as well as those who grew up in a society where women covered up, and discovered both groups felt the same about breasts.
Hey, Danny, what are these broads doing covering up their boobs?
And not the other way when I was a Danny. I can tell you that.
You know what? This started all changed when Danny got in charge.
Yeah.
What are you doing over there, Danny?
We got upset, Danny. You know who should take over? Danny should take over.
Hey, Danny, you're out. Danny, you're in.
Danny's dead. Long to live Danny.
The head researcher stated, quote, "What we can say is breasts are sexy, naturally so. Men like breasts."
I disagree strongly.
Okay.
How so?
So
I think up until, I'm not sure when this happened, but within my lifetime, everything has gone from boobs and now it's butts. Everything has changed.
I see what you're saying.
So you started out as a boob guy, but were you breastfed?
I was not breastfed, and as Tom knows, that's the only thing keeping me out of the mental hospital.
Well, that's
Now, see, I'm an ass man, but I think it's because when I was growing up, I was butt fed. Doctors begged my mother not to do that.
That's interesting.
Isn't Butt Fed one of the Star Wars characters? Butt Fed.
She squeezed the bottom
For me,
between her cheeks.
for me, it's
Yes.
all in the eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't objectify.
Who are you?
Oh, wait a second. I can barely stand it.
I know.
Please.
Oh, I'm serious.
Who are you auditioning for?
No. So yeah, you're only interested in the eyes.
The eyes and the intellect.
And the person.
You're only interested in what your eyes see on the other person's
Well, it's
breast.
the woman's eyes. And how
I believe it was stated in a nice cover by the J. Gals band. First, you look at the purse. I believe is the song.
That's Sweet Sweet Percy.
Now, so the essence
If
of this.
that were true, wouldn't women be fascinated with breasts?
Yes,
too?
that's why I don't
they
think
kind
it's,
of are.
I don't think it's the breastfeeding thing. What this is saying is, in for example, in contemporary American culture, breasts are covered up all the time for the most part.
right.
and they wanted to see if in a culture in which they were not covered up, if they were still that into
they
boobs.
Were desensitized.
And the fact is they were not. They apparently, I don't know how they measured it, but the people in the Danny tribe that were exposed to breasts all the time, they still, I guess, really dug them in a lady.
You know what? Boy, I'm going to confess to something here. And I think that you guys, I would be interested to know how many men particularly agree. I prefer clothed boobs. Like, to me, I'm more turned on by like a great pair of boobs in a sweater.
Sure.
Than I
understand
am
that.
like nude on a beach.
Do you get excited though when she takes the sweater off? Like, are you anticipating it?
Yeah. I mean, I want to.
Okay.
I want to feel them and stuff, but there's something about a woman in a great bra or a shirt.
I like a nice T-shirt with the bra off.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
What happened to the
what about
eyes?
your
Lying.
You were lying to us.
I'm a new fan of the boob thing. Because my girlfriend has a nice rack.
Yeah, we've heard.
No, we've seen.
People yell at me at strip clubs, though, because they're, hey, put that back on.
You get more money if you put it back on?
Does this article mention? I know it's scientific. Does it mention the concept of motorboating?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. And when you do it, do you make the sound of a Chris Craft, or do you go with more contemporary? Yeah, that is, as opposed to an Evan Root or a Johnson.
Right.
Okay, good.
I think Chris Craft is better.
I love that noise.
Is that?
There's no way she allows you.
Is that trademark? The blah, 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 like
Should be.
Like the Harley Davidson?
Yeah, I think Harley trademarked their sound.
There
Yeah.
must be women who love being motorboated.
Sure.
Just get your face in there and go to town.
I can't imagine that's.
I think that
But of all the women out there, it may only be 1%.
Yeah, but sure, there's like women who get turned on standing in strawberry Jello, but I mean, you're going to find one.
That is how. Isn't that how?
You mentioned that, and I got a boner.
Now look what you did to Pat. You can't stand up.
Strawberry jam. Damn it.
Strawberry Jello, please. The jam wouldn't turn her on.
What's the difference between jam and Jello?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Right now, it's time to check in with Chick McGee. We were talking about sonic stuff. How about great earbuds?
That's right. And that's Raycon's Everyday Earbuds. Dad, Father's Day, right around the corner. Of course, it's a big deal for me. It's on
June 15th.
June 15th. That's right. I'm not going to get my dad anything for Father's Day, but don't let that stop you. Raycon's Everyday Earbuds, 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity, the quick charge function, 10 minutes of charging, 90 minutes of battery, and the active noise cancellation, often difficult to find at this price point. I'm not sure why I'm talking like this. And Raycon's Everyday Earbuds available in all the colors, and Raycon has a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy, and the price point is dad-friendly. So right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get up to 15% off site-wide. 15% off site-wide. Buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Thank you, Chick McGee. The Raycons are terrific. By the way, the pop-up shop is open at bobandtom.com. Got a great. This is one of my favorite shirts we've ever done. It's simple, and it's a nice design. PJ, thank you very much.
I don't care for it.
And
I've only taken.
that's a shame because in your goodbye package and thanks for working here, I put 2 in, but I'll take them back.
That joke was for Jess. I've been begging her for.
Yeah. You want a long sleeve?
I want a long
I'll get you a white one.
Oh, okay. Now, check out the pop-up shop at bobandtom.com. Coming up, we have
matches my Chris
helicopters and cattle.
Helicopters and cattle?
Yeah, it's kind of
Am
cool.
I crazy that I prefer my udders covered than
No.
Yeah, that
And
is
we'll
kind of
answer the question
interesting.
when we come back. How high can you drop a cow from a helicopter and it survive?
All right.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do that, by the way, don't park your car near there. You think bird poop is rough. You got a 10,000-foot dropping
Your
turd.
wipers can't handle it.
Yeah, you may lose your windshield. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The reviews are in America, can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Johnny Parsons Jr., a lot of people recognize because he ran at the Speedway. His dad was Johnny Parsons, who won the 1950 Indy 500 and has a distinction of having the only misspelled name on the Borg-Warner Trophy. They spelled it Johnnny, and it's Johnie is how he spells his name. In 1951, Maury Rose, who was running in his 15th 500, he won in 41, 47, and 48. Now 51, it's his 15th 500. And he's racing, and he gets tangled up with a guy and goes sliding in the infield and flips. Car winds up upside down. They come over, they shove the car over. He gets out of the car, walks over to the guardrail, sits down, reaches in his pocket, pulls out his pipe, lights his pipe. When the safety guys, he looks at him and he goes, you know, some days you just can't make $1. And he took a puff of his pipe and he goes, that's it, I quit. And he retired, sitting right there, right there on the wall. In 77, Gordon Johncock, who he was leading the race and Foyt was chasing him, and something broke on the car coming out of 4, and he coasted down the main straightaway, and it was a hot year, 77, and he comes to a stop in the grass in the infield in turn 1. He gets out of the car, walks over, and there's a creek right there. And he walked down into the creek and started splashing water on him. It was so hot, and just come back up and sat on the guardrail till the emergency crews got there. Kind of a behind-the-scenes deal. I went to junior high school and high school with Butch Meyer. His grandpa was Louis Meyer. Louis Meyer was the first 3-time winner. He won in 28, 33, and 36. In 36, he was the first 3-time winner. He was the first to drink milk in Victory Lane. He was the first to get a pace car as part of his prize, and he was first to be awarded the Borg-Warner Trophy. It was new in 1936. And so it was so neat hanging out with him and meeting Louis, and his dad, Sonny Meyer, Louis Meyer Jr., built engines and built the engines for like 18 Indy 500 winners. So they had a shop, Louis Meyer Incorporated, over in this industrial complex behind Lafayette Square off of Interstate 65. And you go over there and just hang and go for stuff, cleaning, sweeping, just to hang out and be a part. And the 1973 500 was my senior year in high school, and it was such a big deal. And I sat up in the grandstands in the Louis Meyer Incorporated seats in the Northwest Vista, and Louis had done some parade laps in the pre-race parade in one of his old winners. And he came around and he was flying. Most of those guys are just kind of puttering around. Louis goes, and Louis got done, and he come up and sits in the stands, and Butch goes, Grandpa, why were you going so fast? I want to get away from all those people and get up here and just watch the race, But, so 1973, it rains. It takes 3 days to run the race. There's crashes. There was a crewman killed in the pits. It was an SDP Patrick Racing crewman. Sweet Savage was fatally injured. He was a teammate. And after like 342 miles, third day, they go, that's it, we're done. And Gordy was declared the winner. So the day after the race was over, I went to Louis Meyer Incorporated, and I'm walking through the engine shop, and Sonny Meyer, there's a table there, and they had a rag out there, and there were 4 sets of pistons. There was 4 sets of pistons and rods sitting there on the table, and they'd been manufluxed. Manuflux is a process they use to x-ray metal to look for cracks and faults and things. And all these orange, 3 of the 4 pistons, rods and connecting rods and everything had cracks in them, and a couple of the pistons had, you could see orange lines. And I said, Sonny, where are these? He goes, they're out of Gordy's engine from yesterday. I go, what are these cracks? He goes, they're weaknesses. And I said, well, how much longer would this thing have lasted, this engine? He goes, maybe a lap, maybe 100 laps. You don't know. It could have gone at any time. But the race was called at 342 miles. So fast forward a few years, and second place that year was Bill Vukovich Jr. His dad had won 53 and 54 and had been killed in 55. His son was fatally injured in a sprint car wreck in the 80s. I mean, but anyway, so in 1973, he finishes second to Gordon Johncock. So I'm doing an interview, like a Where Are They Now for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Radio Network, and I'm talking to him. And after we got done, he goes, man, 73 burns me up. He goes, I was so lucky because McCluskey was in third and he was gaining on me, and I had a turbocharger, and the turbocharger had cracked. I was down 100 horsepower, and McCluskey was catching on me. And man, I was so lucky that rain came. I ended up finishing second. And I told him about the Pistons. And he goes, a lap? And I go, yeah. Sonny said it could have lasted a lap, could have lasted 10 laps. And he goes, oh, I wish you'd have never told me that.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Woohoo! Yeah! Oh, thank you. Thank you, Josh. Who's with me?
I am.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ride or die, baby.
Till the wheels fall off.
Pat Godwin, Josh Arnold, Christy Lee,
Hey.
Jess Hooker. There's Tom. Ace is here. I'm Chick. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick. I was trying to sort something out from yesterday.
Because we're back on the air and need your attention. You're too busy to be on the air.
It was very confusing. We're talking about the female breast.
Yeah.
We had an interesting study from the Shinola Institute of Technology,
Don't
whatever it was.
explain this again to us.
Well, just the essence of
the
it.
third time.
Well, no, I'm trying to set up a song for Pat.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to do that after we visit with?
Oh, yeah, is Jeffrey ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to go to the tape. There we go. Oh, there's the very handsome Jeff Oskey. Nice tie, Jeff.
Why, thank you. This is a gift from Max. Max is a pharmacist, thus the drugs on the tie.
Oh, yeah.
He's a pharmacist and would be honored to provide his services as the show's resident pharmacist.
Have talked to Chick.
It says it sounds like maybe more than one of the members of the show could use the help. That is Max P.
All I have to tell you, Jeff, is you better not be kidding around with this.
I'll give you his
right.
address. And you'll notice since it's Thursday, I just went with a half Windsor.
Oh,
very nice.
I'm keeping it casual.
That's a great looking tie.
We give you a lot of the news each week. We don't give you all the news, so I'm here to give you the news that we failed to mention.
Here's Jeff Oskey with Failed to Mention News.
Are those glasses new?
Yeah, I actually forgot my glasses today, so I just stole these from Pat.
Ah.
Yeah.
You be sure to give them back to him.
I will.
No, it'll be next Thursday.
And, Tom, I don't know if you noticed, we have a new sponsorship today. Today's sponsorship, Tom's Shirts. Forget a colored shirt, just go to Tom's office. They're free and clean. Tom's Shirts.
Oh, that is one of mine. That is a nice shirt.
Yeah, thank you. I got a whole closet full. Some kid is afraid that John Wilkes Booth is hiding under his bed at night.
Yeah, I remember this.
What you failed to mention, stupid kid, John Wilkes Booth isn't under your bed. He's hiding behind your curtain.
I totally get that story. Totally get that.
Do you really?
Yes.
An Amazon driver dropped a deuce on a client's front porch.
Wow.
What you failed to mention, she was just marking her territory so the UPS and FedEx drivers stay away. A man who dresses in a gimp suit and mask and wears it around town has been arrested. What you failed to mention, how do you plead? Not guilty. A man was caught masturbating in a shed at Lowe's. What you failed to mention, you don't masturbate in a shed. Everyone knows you handle your business in a pole barn.
Yes, of course.
Give it a pull.
The old pole barn.
The old pole barn. David Rush, Chick's favorite man, set a new record for the most water moved by hand in a minute. What you failed to mention, who cares? Now, when he takes the walking on water record away from Jesus, then I'll be impressed. A nudist colony is holding a 5K race What you failed to mention, there's a chance you'll hear the announcer say, Dick just won by a prick.
Guy's name is Dick. But...
That's right, Tom. McDonald's in one town is instituting a 21 and over rule for dining inside. What you failed to mention, man, how times have changed. You used to have to get a fake ID to buy alcohol. Now you need one for McNuggets.
McNuggets.
McNuggets. So you got to hit the McNuggets. There was a body and soup mix-up at a funeral home, which led to a lawsuit. Well, you failed to mention the family said they knew something was awry when their deceased uncle wouldn't be caught dead in that suit. And finally, a plane was left unattended when the pilot went to the bathroom and the co-pilot with a neurological disorder passed out. Well, you failed to mention this DEI hire almost DIED'd. I'm Jeff Oskey. This has been the news that I failed to mention.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeffrey Oskey. That was excellent. Yeah, that story about John Wilkes Booth.
So you understand that?
Can I make
entirely get that?
I think you somehow, maybe you're aware of this, but we are aware of it working around you. You're very affected by the Cuban Missile Crisis and President Kennedy and that whole thing about, you thought that there was going to be a nuclear war any minute. The missiles were on their way.
Yeah, but I can remember being terrified of the ghost of, like Lee Oswald. Yeah, I'm totally serious.
Hey. You're in a safe space. Come on now.
Terrified of the ghost of Lee
Yeah, because I was a kid. You hear about this horrible person that did this terrible thing, and
you thought he was going to come find you?
Yeah, your world is small. When you're 10, your world is small. You don't understand.
Mom said I was the center of the universe.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you go, oh, there are bad guys out there.
Yeah, I mean, but I was genuinely afraid of ghosts for a while there.
And you're not now.
No. No.
There are far more things real that are terrifying.
Right, yeah.
Like ghosts.
Like an attorney's letter, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I see. When you're faced with some of that, you go, you know what? You bring on the ghosts.
Yeah. Bring it, Casper.
Now, I wanted to reel it back to the human female breast, if you will, because I know Pat has a song.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
The news story we had was about the whole about the attraction of breast, whatever. The essence of it was that they went to this tribe where the ladies were naked all the time, but the guys were still digging breasts. That's sort of the essence of the story.
Yeah,
but that got me thinking about this thing yesterday. Did you hear this thing about Hooters?
No.
And the story didn't make sense.
The Hulk Hogan thing?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan is buying he's not buying the restaurants. I got another version of it here. He's buying the he's trying to buy the intellectual property so he can turn his beer, which is called Real American Beer, and somehow tie it into Hooters. It was really confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
But I guess Hooters has to sell off their assets because,
right.
I guess they're going bankrupt, which is ironic because sales are flat, but the waitresses aren't. I'm sorry that.
Why am I laughing?
This just makes no sense. I'll try to find out more. I just don't understand it. What he would do with just the name Hooters.
Well, I think the name
the brand, yeah.
I think the name could go on without and have another restaurant, and
the
people would be,
merchandise and
especially Hulk Hogan. Absolutely.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if he's the winner. In the meantime, Pat asked me to set this up again because you have a song about the female breast. Is that correct?
I do indeed. Josh, would you help me on this? Grab the kazoo.
Okay.
I'll walk you through this. Give me something like a very nice. Got a gal named Paula.
Oh, yeah.
Paula O'Brien is her name.
Uh-oh.
She's very intoxicating. I'm like a moth to a flame. I haven't had a drink in 15 years. I walk a very straight line. But if Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be loaded all of the time. I've never met.
little motorboating.
You just couldn't help it.
No, I couldn't stop.
Give me that again later on in the song.
Okay, I'm ready.
I've never been a boob man, and I don't mean to objectify. It's important I stay sober, Jess. Heaven knows I try. I go to my AA meetings, but all I think about are her double D's. If Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd wake up with the DT. If Paula's boobs were booze, I'd be bombed every day. If Iraq was full of wine, I'd go from teetotal to sommelier. There you go for tatas with Tito's. And I had me a sip. Fall off the wagon with one little nip. If her chi-chis were full of tequila, I'd lick the salt and squeeze those limes. If Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be loaded all at a time. Oh, if Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be tit-faced. I'd be almost it-faced all at a time. One more time, Joshy.
Oh, very nice.
Lovely.
All the additions.
Back on, ladies and gentlemen.
I have a question. Why do you have to take your headphones off to motorboat?
They might shake off.
They'll fly off.
Will they?
That's how
Okay.
vigorous a motorboat is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very good look.
Can you answer me that question, please? Just this one question.
What's that?
Have you ever motorboated
No.
a woman's boob?
He's lying.
Oh, you're missing out.
He does that too well to not have done it.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Yeah.
I was taught by the best, Bob. Bob was the expert.
That's kind of a weird thing to.
allowing that to happen.
You and Bob
I don't know.
sat around one night and you showed you how to play.
No, I've just observed the man when he's been in here, and he's perfected it. Just gave me a little. Here's what you can do. Later on. I'm sorry.
Later on.
If you're just joining us, lucky you. Thanks for being here. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show. And we have Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. Have we missed anything?
Papa John's and Mountain Dew teamed up, and they are going to release a new so-called dirty soda.
Johnny Dew.
The Cinny Dirty Soda blends Mountain Dew citrus flavor with that of Papa John's signature peppercini, creating a fizzy, tangy concoction.
Now, I had to look up peppercini because do you guys know?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
I honestly do eat them almost every
They're
day.
yellow green pepper. My
I love them
stepdad swears by that.
No,
He did.
I wrote down what they are because I didn't know.
Was that banana peppers or whatever?
Yeah.
It's a signature with a Papa John's pizza.
Yeah, every
Yeah, it comes
Papa
in every
John's
box.
comes with one. You've never had a Papa John's pizza.
No, I have. I just wouldn't eat that thing.
It's so good,
They're
though.
great.
You bite out, and then you put the inside and the seeds on top of your pizza. It's delicious.
According to USA Today, dirty soda typically involves mixing carbonated soda with a splash of coffee creamer. The dirty soda trend began to pick up way back in 2010 when Swig, dubbed the home of dirty soda, opened in St. George, Utah.
That place,
Swig?
Oh, my God.
Swig is
Go over here and try to get a
It's
soda.
over by my house. There'll
Yeah.
be a line of 20 cars
It's
every
insane,
day.
yes.
It's when school.
It is.
It's a soda shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
No
soda
thanks.
business grew in popularity in a predominant Mormon area.
Let me ask you this. Do they have Coca-Cola?
No, they don't
Then I'm
have
out.
caffeine-free drinks.
It was started by Mormons,
Yeah,
right?
because they can't have caffeine.
Oh, I see.
This place, Josh, it's
a great name.
There's a doctor's office that my daughter goes to. I'm there, so I'm there on a weekly basis, and this place it's packed. I'll never every day.
Yeah.
I look forward to never being there.
If you would like a
but-
soda kit, you can go to Papa John's, cinnysoda.com.
So have you seen where
So-
they're
so-
putting jalapenos in Chardonnay too? Like this is a thing right now.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
But in this case,
Yeah.
but I'm confused. In this case, so it's a pizza. What
No,
is
it's
it
not-
again?
Pizza doesn't have anything to do with it. It's the pepper that comes with the pizza.
Okay.
that they're mixing.
with Mountain Dew.
Correct.
So they're going for their prime demographic, toothless hillbillies that eat Italian food.
I can't. I
know,
have nothing for you, Tom. I'm sorry.
Did you not hear Jess say she eats one every day?
They're good. It's a pickled pepper.
They're great.
Yeah, it's good for digestion.
Spice up any sandwich.
Yeah.
Pickled peppers are famous.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But you
How
put
many would a pickled pepper?
Oh, but putting it in the
putting it in.
Mountain
I'm
Dew
saying
is what
you're
makes
putting
it
it
trash
Mountain
for you.
Dew hillbilly juice.
Okay.
Hillbilly juice.
A lot of people here suck down Mountain Dew.
I rest
Well,
my
he
case.
hires a lot of hillbillies. I mean, let's be honest.
Do you remember the slogan for Mountain Dew used to be Yahoo Mountain Dew? Mm-hmm. And it used to be a hillbilly with the three-quarter pants and the straw hat.
And the straw
Sometimes
hanging
they
out
do
of
the
his-
re-release of the label. Yeah. That's
Mountain Dew is a term for moonshine, right? Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yahoo Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't drink it. It's too sweet.
I can't either. I used to love it.
Yeah.
It was my go-to soda for a while when I was in my 20s.
My pediatric dentist would tell me that he could
Why
tell.
do you go to a pediatric?
Yeah, grow up.
That's where that's the best place to pick up chicks.
I was going to say it and was afraid I'd get fired.
No, I'm kidding. No, my pediatric dentist, who is a wonderful guy, a skier, by the way.
Of course he is.
He would always say he could tell which of his patients were drinking Mountain Dew because their teeth rotted so fast.
Or eating gum.
I'll call him. Have him come over. Or eating those fruit things.
Fruit
What are those
roll-ups.
called? Yeah, fruit roll-ups because they just lodge the sugar on your teeth. And those are advertised to you. They go, these are healthy. They're full of fruit. Wrong.
Negative.
Well, fruit is terrible for you. It's loaded with sugar.
Naturally.
You ever had a pear? You can feel the sugar.
Well, thank you very much, Christy. We're going to catch up with more things coming up, including comedian Al Jackson will be joining us right now. This
Still
portion,
doing that, huh?
this
Go, Josh. Go.
No. Well, we're going to come back with Josh is going to do a quick 10. This portion of the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's just a good time to remind everybody that seeking counseling or therapy is not a bad thing. More than 25% of Americans in a recent survey said they hesitated to go to a therapist or seek counseling because they had a fear of being judged. Well, let's move that aside and talk a little bit about a new way to access therapy. It's called BetterHelp. I say it's new. It's new to us. We've been talking about it for a couple of years, and it's actually been around for 10 years. Now, more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties, by the way, are participating in this program, as are 5 million people. And what it's all about is accessing therapy online. So you'll be teamed up with a counselor, a therapist, and you can do the therapy, traditional talk therapy, if the camera was on, like a Zoom call, or just talking like you're on the phone, or even texting back and forth. It's up to you. It's about convenience because you can do it wherever you want to be because it's done with your smartphone or your laptop or your whatever you're on. So just check it out by going to betterhelp.com/BT show. The /BT show part, once again, knocks off 10% of your first month. If you've been thinking about therapy and there have been some sort of hurdles in the way, this removes a lot of them because you're doing it through your computer. So visit betterhelp.com/BT show. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/BT show. Coming up, we have evacuating livestock by helicopter. We have going on a hike and finding treasure worth a significant amount of cash. And Josh, just for you, I did a little bit of homework and I found out something in your world is disappearing.
Oh, no.
Yes. You're going to be kind of heartbroken.
Okay.
And I think you'll be the only one in the room that gives a rat's tail.
All right.
These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show. We have the young Shane Moss, comedian from Wisconsin, now living in Boston.
Yeah, I got the Ghost of Christmas Future.
There you go.
Right next to me. So it's not too late, is it? I can still change.
You can. Turns out it is too late.
Oh, yes. Now, you mentioned that your girlfriend is a veterinarian.
Yeah.
Now, did you have any normal jobs prior to this comedy thing?
Yeah, I had. I did a lot of manual labor type stuff. I worked in a factory for a few years. Worked construction. The worst thing that I ever did was I was a temp laborer.
Yeah.
Which was just an awful job, and there's like no health insurance or anything with it. There's just workman's compensation. So anytime I need to seek medical attention, it need to be a work-related thing. You know, I'd have to call up my boss and be like, yeah, I don't know, I better go and see a doctor. It's just yesterday, I think I was just picking up a little bit too much weight, and I think I might have gotten herpes.
Yeah, I better have that checked.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane all the things you have to worry about. Like I remember when I was in grade school. I'm not that old, but just 20 years ago in grade school, the biggest concern was don't share hats. You might get lice.
Oh.
And they're much more serious now. They're like, don't share needles. You might get AIDS.
Yeah.
Well, at least you can share hats again. Who cares about lice?
Yeah. How true.
I see. Shane Moss is our guest. We've talked about the fact that you drive all over the place.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. This is one of my favorite topics. Kind of an inside showbiz thing, but every once in a while you get what's termed a hell gig.
Yeah.
Maybe you're on stage and you're in a small club or a bar and they've got a TV on over here. Or there's a pool game going on. People aren't paying attention. Do you have any great hell gig stories?
Well, I have a few, and I'll tell one anyway, and then if we have time for more, that's cool. I'll combine cars and a hell gig. How's that? I was in Detroit recently, and this actually wasn't a hell gig at all. It's just kind of my fault. I made a little mistake. Detroit's kind of a little bit dangerous. It's actually ranked the most dangerous big city in the country. And if you remind them of that, they will kill you.
Or try, yeah.
And I let it slip on stage that I drive a Hyundai, which is a sin there. And I had to explain to him. I was like, listen, I'm all for supporting American-made products. I don't want anyone in Detroit to lose their job or anything. It's just that if I'm driving through Detroit, I want the most reliable vehicle possible. And,
wow.
That didn't go over very well.
I remember we weren't prepared to do this. We're completely doing this.
That's why I'm stalling.
G-L-O-R-I-A, glory.
That's not Clint Black Sabbath.
No.
Now, how do you introduce Mr. Sabbath?
I don't know. I haven't done this in 15 years.
Okay.
But you just take certain lyrics of some songs and put them with another song.
I see.
Like he's going to play Born to Be Wild. Listen and I'll tell you about a man named Jess. Poor mountaineer, yeah. Barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, yeah. Up from the ground come a bubbling crude. Black gold Texas tea. Sweet tea.
Nothing like sweet tea.
Try that.
I like drinking sweet tea.
That's nice.
Try one of the other ones. Whichever one you want to do.
How about
Your cheating heart will make you weak. You'll try and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole day through. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Oh Lord, yeah. Oh Lord, yeah.
All right.
This is James Sibley as Clint Black Sabbath.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction. Sorcerer of death construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind.
Nice.
Poisoning their brainwashed mind. Oh Lord, yeah. Oh Lord, all right, that's good enough. Oh Lord, yeah.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Clint Black Sabbath.
Very
That's great.
Makes it a lot.
I love that.
The Steppenwolf thing, the Born to Be Wild, you should do that if you ever go karaoke.
I got to do that one.
Yeah, do that. You can sing Beverly Hills. And you've heard the Purple Haze Green Acres thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I love doing.
Oh, wait, well, I haven't heard that.
I guess that always makes
the words
everybody
from
happy.
Green Acres fit great. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
15 minutes, you're shot at $1,000 an hour on Q95. So stick around. I'll tell you how you can win $1,000 in about 15 minutes.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee there.
Yep.
Pat Godwin there.
Hi.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi, Chick.
Ace Cosby's here. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I'm Chick, and hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick McGee. I'll remind everybody our pop-up shop is open. We got a cool new shirt. This is one of my favorites. And I notice a lot of folks around here are wearing them. So
Sharp.
just cool look. Check it out. It's going to be available, for the rest of the month.
Yeah, until, next week, through next week.
All right. Check it out at bobandtom.com. Thank you very much. While you're there, we also have a little special thing going with our friends from Java House. Go to bobandtom.com/contest. The Java House car will be in the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. Also a Splenda car. Sweet. Thank you very much. Now, we return to the Silac Insurance News Desk, where you'll find Christy Lee. Christy, what's happening?
An astronaut got a taste of home aboard the International Space Station after cooking up a burger in space. 260 miles above the nearest grocery store, NASA's Johnny Kim was able to wrangle a few ingredients to make himself a burger.
Andy's brother.
Rock me gently.
Rock me slowly.
Take it easy, don't you know?
Mr. Kim noted that his twist on the Ranger burger consisted of beefsteak, wheat snack bread, cheese spread as both topping and glue, potatoes au gratin layered in the middle, and a generous slather of goujons red pepper paste.
Yep, I can't tell the difference between that and an Earth burger.
The ingredients arrived in a care package on the SpaceX 32 Cargo Dragon. Mr. Kim said, quote, "I miss cooking for my family, but this hits the spot in its own way."
Float me a burger, buddy.
Yeah.
Do you like the fact that they do fun stuff up there like that?
Of course.
I mean, and this guy's a real astronaut. He's not the Katy Perry astronaut. Where spent a minute and a half at zero gravity. But
Yeah, it's probably good for morale.
Would you guys do that?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yes, I would.
No.
Would you do it?
No, I don't think so.
I'm the only one.
I'd like to say yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would.
I was at Disney World last year.
I used to be up for all that stuff, but
And I did I got on the ride with the girls that were they
Mission to Mars,
and then I got in, I sat down, and then all of a sudden the dashboard thing just comes. They seal you in. They
do indeed.
Yeah.
And I said, no, stop. I got to get out. And I got out and I did the walk of shame.
Really?
Yeah.
It's tight.
Too tight, yeah.
Were you booed?
No, but there was the maintenance people were coming down to pick up some vomit that was all over someone had puked.
Oh.
Josh, how long would you go to space? Like, what's the longest amount of time you would spend in space?
Oh, that boy, if I were to go to the space station,
Yeah.
a couple months maybe.
Once you're there,
Are you kidding?
There's the problem.
And then, but I would absolutely do what Chick was asking
the
about.
quick trip?
Yeah.
You think you could do it for 2 months?
Oh, sure. I'm really good at being alone.
You'd be in cramped quarters with other people.
Oh, then I probably wouldn't like it as much.
Imagine if you were in this room with us for 24/7 for 2 months.
Yeah, no, that's different then.
Would they hear the people in the capsule? Would they hear this? No, come on, I'm joking.
Yeah, I know. I make jokes and you take them personally, and it's somehow my fault.
There it is. Well, it's coming out of your face.
No, I have I do have a story here that I think Josh will find interesting because, I didn't know how it was used. It's about grammar, sort of. Huh. Do you have the story, Christine?
Yeah, I wasn't where I was going. Use of the semicolon is slowly fading from the English language.
This is a shame. You're
According
right.
to Babbel, its use in books has dropped nearly 50% since 2000.
Did you say people don't know how to use them?
Babbel?
Yeah.
Babbel, yeah.
Oh.
From once every 205 words to once every 390.
I wouldn't know how to. I wouldn't know how to use a semicolon.
Grammar expert Lisa McLendon found that over 65% of British students rarely or never use semicolons.
Hey, Tom.
More than half don't even know how.
You said colon.
I know. Okay. I thought a semicolon was a botched surgery.
No, shouldn't it be half-assed?
Oh, very good.
I use semicolons. Do you use semicolons?
Yeah, I mean, I use them in
I use them a lot in text.
In a
Yeah.
text?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like ...
Me too.
What's the rule of the semicolon?
For me,
go ahead.
Oh, it's to keep two clauses separate, but not so separate that you need two different sentences. So.
Oh, okay.
It's like a fat comma.
Yeah, defined as a pause stronger than a comma.
Yeah.
A semicolon is meant to link related thoughts or tidy up messy lists. But it seems most people are just hitting.
It's some
furiously and
pedantic
moving on.
douchebag 200 years ago thought of this.
Oh no, it's a totally legit
to ruin the lives of students and make them hate reading.
Looks cool though.
I like a semicolon.
No,
It looks cool.
It does. It makes you look smart. It makes you look smart.
Handy for emojis.
What about,
it's a good piece of punctuation.
What are conjunctions for? Aren't they hooking up words and making them run right?
Yeah.
Isn't that conjunction? What? Okay.
I'm surprised as grammar eccentric as you are, you wouldn't love a semicolon.
It's because he doesn't know how to use it.
It's because I refuse. No, it's because I refuse to learn. It's pointless. It's stupid.
So there you go. He doesn't know how to use
He
it.
doesn't use handwriting either.
Oh, that's right. No cursive. No cursive for that.
Even worse. I got a cursive semicolon. Whatever it is, I'm going to burn it.
Well, it's a form of illiteracy. If you don't know.
I'm happy to embrace it. Two independent clauses joined with a semicolon.
Did you have to have those? You're a little older than me, but we had these specially shaped pens to teach you how to write cursive. Did you have those? They look like almost. They had a fat handle where
I've seen them. No, we didn't.
Little 8-year-old hands could fit. And
no, but you've heard me say how much I used to love to go bowling when you had to do your own score, and they had those big fat pencils with the really soft lead on them.
So what did you do?
I think it's a kindergarten pencil is what you're talking about.
Yeah. What did you do when everybody else was learning cursive? Would you just not do it?
I recognized even then that it was a pointless waste of time, and I was very bad at it.
Are you telling me that you...
see, he was bad at it.
That's
so
why he doesn't like
immediately.
Right.
That's
No, it's you're wasting the time of...
No, you're not.
You should be...
bastard.
You waste the most time.
That's why I don't have time to waste on that.
It's
Wait a minute, hold
faster
it.
to write cursive.
I think I'm getting a handle on it.
I think the only reason I got through college was because I printed neatly and tried to... all you got to do is prove you read the book, print neatly, have a joke or two.
That's not true about the joke. You got to be careful with that. Don't just listen to that.
No.
Yeah.
Worked for me.
It depends on your professor.
Better be a good joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
It better be a good joke.
I don't open with, "Hey, Mr. Donadio, nice mustache!" exclamation point.
No, don't do that.
That's not a joke. That's an insult. There's a difference.
Well, if you've got a sense of humor, you would have realized it. Hey, connecting the sideburns to the mustache. Nice work, Sherlock. Join us this century, won't you?
Nice work, Sherlock.
Sorry. No, I have no idea what a semicolon
Would you
is
feel
for.
bad if a would-be college student was listening right now and they took your advice and flunked out? Would you feel bad?
Well, now they're doing all their tests. AI does it for them, so why? AI might get it right. I don't know. Give it a shot.
So there are no more students.
No. Do you know how to use a semicolon?
No, God.
Yeah.
No.
I was an English major, for God's sake.
And you know
I
what?
never did one in my entire
I
life.
can't teach an old dog new tricks.
But I'll tell you what does piss me off.
Yes.
On a keyboard, the semicolon is in the, normal mode. To get a colon, you got to do the uppercase thing.
You think they should be switched?
Yeah. Because
Think more people use a colon than a semicolon?
I'm going to go use my colon in about 2 minutes if we get it.
Oh, here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
No, the keyboard's got to be completely redone.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is an amazing clause right
Oh, I mean, the keys that are used the most, a number of them, you have to go into the uppercase level. Complete waste of my
I just
time.
don't think that's
You have to be
true.
a little worried, if not alarmed, how insane you are.
Doesn't it bother you that on calculators they don't have the numbers in the right order?
No.
It's always been the same way.
Well, it's wrong.
Huh.
So it's different.
I mean, people made the same argument about slavery, so let's just move on.
It's a different.
You're listening to How to Shut Down Any Conversation.
With Tom Griswold.
Coming up, Al Jackson.
That's a nice segue.
If slavery fails, try Nazi. That's Nazi.
We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Break up with your brewer. Switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
The sheepskin that you
Let's not talk about the sheep.
Okay.
Brings up some really sad memories.
Okay. Well, no, I know you've got
It's tough when you name them.
It's
An
a tough
original
breakup.
song.
Yep.
This is an original song from the Electric Amish. Can you guys favor us with a tune?
Yeah, we play all originals because, of course, we're not even allowed to listen to the radio, so I don't even know what you guys hear.
Yeah, that's true. Well, go ahead, but I'd love to hear it.
Well, all right. This is a little song goes a little something like this. It kind of tells you who we are.
Oh.
Carl, would you look at Barry back there? He's playing those drums like a crazy Mennonite.
Yeah, for that he will surely burn in hell.
Out in the field for 40 days.
Every proceeded to have a big square dance. We are an Amish band. We are an Amish band. We'll stay all night and play, but first we all must pray. We are an Amish band. Give it up for Braver.
Oh, merciful God, please let the rest of this solo really jam.
We are an Amish band. We are an Amish band.
Attaboy, Graver.
We'll help you build a barn. We just don't give a darn. We are an Amish band. We are an Amish band. Yeah, yeah. We are an Amish band. Yeah, yeah. We are an Amish band. Yeah, yeah.
Yay! The Electric Amish, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, it's Josh Arnold from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
People, here's what people don't understand
go
about
on.
the Bob and Tom Show. I get to be the official greeter of our guests.
Great.
And I believe
Right.
we do have a guest waiting in the green room.
Sure.
And I would like to greet officially our guest,
Well, it's Jim Gaffigan.
Hi, how are
Jim
you, Christy
Gaffigan.
Lee?
How are you?
I'm good.
It's so nice
It is
to
great
see
to be
you.
here.
Not set up or anything.
You know
Oh, are you
that-
on you got your own reality show?
I do. It's called Nobody Really Cares What Christy Lee Does Behind the Scenes, but we're going to show it to him anyway. Thank you, Jim. It's so good to see you.
Okay, let's move. Let's show people what you eat back here, Christy.
Oh, well, my favorite thing is right over here. This is called chocolate-covered raisins, or I call Nirvana.
Sure. Have a.
And you know what's great is the way that's set up is like there's tons of hands going in there.
Yes.
And so hands are usually covered with feces. So.
He's absolutely right.
So now you're going to ruin my favorite
Enjoy.
snack in the green room?
The treat. There used to be soup here in the morning. What happened to the soup? There used to be different things.
He retired.
Or does it come at like 9 or
He
something?
retired. So now we have to eat things that look like feces. So that's it.
Or is it kind
When you get out of your BMW, the look back as you're walking in, you go, oh, yeah, that's my BMW. 96 in Keystone and just south of the Greenwood Park Mall.
All right.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. At the Silac Insurance News Desk, it's Christy Lee.
This isn't working.
What isn't?
There's Pat Godwin.
We were talking about keyboards. Talking about these keyboards for these computers.
Hello, Jess. How are you?
I just hit the escape button. I'm still here.
I'm good, chick.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, chicks. Chicks. I went plural.
That's fine. There's Ace Cosby. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studio. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast. From the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hello, Tom.
You know that whole Dorian Gray thing, Josh?
I do.
Yeah, of course.
Chick's doing a different version of that. Chick is now so slender, there's Fat Chick up in his attic.
There's a picture of him getting fat.
And so fat.
You're looking good.
Well, thank you, Tom. You want to close the deal?
Oh,
while I have it out.
Wow, sorry.
Oh, yeah, how would you flirt?
With Tom?
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, you want to come over? I got some...
roast beef?
I got roast beef.
Yeah.
And I've got some highlights from 60s TV on YouTube from Cleveland, local Cleveland television.
You would love
on
that.
YouTube.
Oh, Doug Adair, Leon Bibb, I'm there, man.
Yep, we'll sit there. Leon Bibb was worked in Columbus before he went to Cleveland.
Oh, he's very good. He's still alive. He's
We
still
can
alive.
watch those in our underwear. Are you up? Yep. Huh?
Leon Bibb, messy eater.
Oh,
of course. That's where he got the name. Yeah, but fine. Sorry, Leon. We have...
and he pronounced it like this, Leon Bibb.
Oh, I like it.
That's how he said it.
Did everything.
The pop-up shop is open. We got some cool Bob and Tom T-shirts out there. I highly recommend giving it a look. Go to bobandtom.com while you're there. Little contest up and running right now from our friends at Java House. Look for the Java House car in the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 and the Splenda car. Should be cool. And looks like there'll be no rain for the Indy 500 at this point.
What's
that?
That's the Blind Melon song, No Rain.
Oh, that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Great song.
Yeah, that is a good one. It's very good. We have
note for note.
We have kind of a Noah's Ark thing going in the news. This is an odd story, but I just thought it was fun. And Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance News Desk to tell us all about it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's airlifting the cows.
Oh, it was a scene sort of like out of Noah's Ark with a large cow dangling from a helicopter. Swiss authorities airlifted livestock out of an alpine village threatened by a potential landslide.
With their teats hanging out?
A massive, unstable rock formation looms over the area. Chick and could collapse at any time. Approximately 300 people and 240 animals were evacuated out of the village of Blatton last weekend. It was not immediately clear when residents would return to their homes or when the cows could go back.
Okay, Tom, can you see this? The cows going up to the roof like in Hanoi, and they're all lined up to get on the chopper. Okay, maybe not.
The photograph they have, there's this giant cow with this harness underneath the cow, and she's dangling from a helicopter. Oh God, it's great. But and I know it's not a big story in the news, but it's fun. I mean, don't you think?
Not if you live there, it isn't.
Well, it's their own fault.
For living in the mountains in a beautiful area?
No, it's because they've got those big horns. They keep going, Ricola, and it knocks the rocks down. And,
causes landslides?
Yeah, that's what it
Can you get one of those in here and see if Pat could blow it?
I could try that.
Yeah. Isn't that
I'm very musical.
What noise does that make when you blow the
kind of like a deeper vuvuzela thing.
Yeah. I could play anything. I could play my hands.
Can you?
I'd like to hear that.
Name a song.
You Got Me Rocking by the Stones.
Oh, like an old-timey melody.
Shrimp Boats Are Coming.
That's very good.
Perfect.
Did you know Noah's Ark did not actually have 2 of each animal?
It didn't.
No, the Bible, this is true. The Bible states 7 of every clean animal and 2 of every unclean animal.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. And some think it's 7 pairs of clean and birds, and others think it's 2 pairs of unclean. So it's up for debate.
Huh. A lot of straw, though.
Pretty interesting. You have to have a ton of straw.
Yeah.
Maybe even some newspaper.
Nobody ever addressed that in any sort of handbook or pamphlet about animal waste.
But that's where the name poop deck comes from for ships.
From Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark.
I
Oh,
thought you were
yeah.
gonna
Because
say-
that was a massive poop deck.
I thought you were going to say for sure. Or
I think the whole Bible, there's a lot of debate on pretty much every
You're
chapter.
right.
A lot of
different theologians.
You know what I heard about the current conclave, or the one that just passed? That apparently they had porta potties brought into the Sistine Chapel.
Wow.
Because they weren't allowed to leave to go to the restroom. And as we know, a lot of the cardinals were of an age where men tend to go to the restroom a little bit
my
more
prostate goes to the bathroom 10 times an hour.
Had to be. Now, do they have to wear the whole tunic and the whole garb, or when they're doing that, do they just put on their shorts and chill?
What?
I don't think the poop.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they wore appropriate.
They wear the appropriate garb.
Because in the movie, can you imagine trying to go to the
They don't
toilet
hold it
wearing?
all up. I do it all the time. I'm a woman. If you wear a dress, you've got to do that.
Yeah, but those things are like they're really heavy and.
I'm sure they have methods. Yeah,
I'm sure they have casual dress. They're not.
That's what I'm saying. When they go in there, if you have to go, do they have like a coat rack there?
So you can hang your
You can
coat.
hang up the hassock.
I
or whatever.
guarantee they do.
It's a cassock.
Cassock?
A hassock is what you put your feet on.
Don't they have attendants and stuff? Don't they have,
They don't have sumo wrestler guys.
No one's allowed in there, right?
No, their attendants and things are allowed.
No.
Sure. No, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, they have footmen.
Yeah, footmen.
Dressers.
Yeah.
Wipers.
When our priest would sit down during mass and the robe would come up, you'd see his Nike socks. It cracked me up every time.
Yeah,
I just think that's so funny.
Sometimes that's that sign of like normal person.
They're a huge.
As Chick McGee pointed out, I had to go to one of those Renaissance things once.
What?
It was yeah.
He has nerdy kids.
Oh.
No, it was
for a woman.
Oddly enough, it was at one of those restaurants that was at the top of a huge building.
Okay.
How are thou?
And but really, it was. And then everyone was walking around. The waiters and stuff all wear the old garb, and they talked funny and that whole thing.
Medieval times thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a resonance.
Oh my gosh! Why didn't you just lead with that? That's a whole. Yeah.
But as Chick McGee pointed out, it's the shoes that always give them away.
Shoes always give the actors away.
You need comfortable footwear.
You do.
And a nice watch. If you ever, Pope Leo wears an Apple Watch.
Does he really?
Yes. He does.
Really?
Yeah.
Keep track of his heartbeat and stuff.
I'm not making.
And he's
this up.
quite the athlete,
And
actually.
he's on Spotify. Did you know that?
He is?
Yep. This is the first song on his playlist.
Oh, here. Let me hear it.
Oh yeah, I mean, not a bad choice.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon Noon.
And by the way, he doesn't call it an Apple Watch. He calls it a forbidden fruit watch.
Oh, I can. Oh, what?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, what? Too early. All I can say is life is pretty plain.
This was their only hit, right?
No,
Not at all.
No, they were very popular.
They got a song called Change. It's
Change
really
is
good.
wonderful, and
Very
it was a good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Iconic video.
Here we go. This is appropriate for this point in the show.
Girl in the bee outfit. Oh.
Yeah.
No, yesterday in the show.
Let's get back to that.
There was talk of some band that Josh is a big fan of. Was it Cradle? Is that what it was?
Filth. Oh,
Filth.
yeah. My knowledge of them is limited, but
It said, Josh, you should go see the band Cradle
of Filth.
Live. I saw the performance. It was amazing. Worth the wait. And then Danny Filths.
Right.
Is he the one in Cradle?
He's the lead person.
There's a guy named Filth in the band?
Yeah, him and Bobby Cradle are.
Yeah, Danny.
It says he does, quote, pterodactyl-like screeches, as well as an ultra-low demon growl. And what was the nature? What was the? How did you classify this? It was some.
Yeah, they were originally kind of black metal, is what it's called, and then they got sort of symphonic and goth metal. Yeah.
And he said this guy would be a great guest on our show.
It's like stuff that you imagine would play during battles in Lord of the Rings every now and then.
Oh, okay.
But like heavy.
He said, I'd love to have him on the show. Tom would be terrified.
Oh, yeah, you would be very uncomfortable with them.
Are these the guys that have the skull caps with the nails coming out of it? And
One guy. Yeah, he's kind of a pinhead type. And,
Okay, all right.
You know what he means when he says pinhead? Is that from Hellraiser?
Yeah, the lead Cenobite from Hellraiser.
So do those just glue on?
No, they're hammered in by little demon hands.
Really?
In the movie?
No, I mean on this guy.
Oh.
It's like a
that I don't know.
cat. Yeah.
Well, it's good to know.
I bet you he has an attendant. who
You
takes
think?
care of that.
The pinhead attendant?
Well, remember the guy we had that had some record for having the most piercings,
Yeah,
and he had
Rose guy.
devil horns put underneath the skin in his skull.
Oh, yeah, that was a different
Pretty
guy.
extreme.
What about the guy who had the most tattoos? That had a puzzle piece on every inch of his body. Or
Yeah.
something. Remember that?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That guy came in.
Enigma? Is that his name?
Yes, very
Enigma.
good.
Enigma, yes.
Beautiful, beautiful
Is he the guy that can step through a tennis racket? He's so skinny.
And he put a cinder block. He put a hook through the head of his.
Mm-hmm.
And a chain down to a cinder block.
Yep.
Pick the cinder block up.
Oh, with his male member.
And it would stretch out, and then he would spin the cinder block.
That's
We
so
witnessed
sickening.
all of that.
That's sickening, yeah.
We witnessed
In here,
all
in
of
this room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not in this room. It was in the back.
We had to go somewhere special to watch.
Right.
You couldn't look away.
No, you couldn't.
Can you imagine his urologist?
Oh, boy.
Well, never seen this before, Twisto. No, it's Enigma. Oh, sorry.
You ever see a candy cane? Well,
I wonder how he aged.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can't be good for the old urethra,
Right.
I think, but who knows? Now, I tell you what's good, though,
What?
in the future. Checking out things from the Silac Insurance Company. This portion of the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by the Silac Insurance Company. What's it all about? It's about when you retire, you still have money coming in.
what's it all about?
Silac.
he says it.
Here's how this is going to work. You get an annuity, and then when it's time to retire, the money keeps coming. And by the way, you can't outlive your money. So get the details from the pros at the Silac Insurance Company. Annuities are designed to protect your retirement. You don't have to worry about the up and down stock market. And yesterday, another very, very scary day. Bonds, stocks, it's all confusing and weird. How about having the pros help you out? Now, you contact the folks at Silac, and they'll explain how these things work. Some restrictions apply. Find out all the details at silacins.com. That's SILAC. INS.com. Another way to get some information about annuities is just to take your phone and call pound 250 and say lifetime income. That's pound 250 lifetime income. You'll sleep better tonight knowing that all those tomorrows down the road, you're going to have a steady income. That's what the Silac Insurance Company is all about. The world of annuities. Find out how they work. Plan on it. Live on it. Thank you very much, Silac. Coming up, we have in the news, hikers finding treasure for real, and it's worth a lot of money. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Alex and Christian are both great competitors. That doesn't always translate to a smooth workplace.
Hydrate, hydrate.
Boom. Productivity around here? Not smooth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. That's it. One of you get me a coffee.
Want a barista quality coffee fast? With Java House, you just peel, pour, and enjoy. No complicated brewer needed. Amazingly smooth. Not smooth.
I'm so sorry.
Wow. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny.
Hey, Shooter, we just landed.
Where are you?
I'm in ATL, just got in from FAT through MCO. Nothing like a red eye out of Fresno to start a Friday.
Wow.
I know. Hey, Chick, I was going to update you on my fantasy league.
Okay, go, man.
You won't believe who I got going this week. Yeah, hang on a second, guys.
Oh, okay.
It's my sister buzzing in on my burner Bluetooth. You've reached the voicemail of Kenneth Tarmac. If this is his burnout sister asking to borrow money she'll never repay him, press 1. Just kidding, sis. What's up, Jimbo? Really? Well, I'm sorry, but well, to be honest, I never liked that damn dog. No, when he humped my J. Crew khakis at Thanksgiving, remember? Well, what does the vet say?
Oh, my gosh.
$6 grand? I'm just saying this dog is just like your Civic. You're upside down in it. You're breaking up. Move closer to a window. How many bras did he eat? Well, Mom told you about smoking your jazz cabbage in that tiny apartment. Sounds like
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, apparently I should have become a vet because that's almost more than I make off commission as a Region 4 sales rep at Smear Corp. No, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm not the one who got divorced, kept the dog, and then got fired from Quiznos. I don't know, Jed. Your dog's too ugly for a GoFundMe. Well, and not to mention, just think about the pitch. Please help save a dog named Kino. Yeah, those are good odds. No, next dog at least go with blackjack or craps. Hang on, Skyhag's coming over. We've already landed. What? It doesn't matter what position my tray table is in. I'm running numbers. Oh, ma'am, are you familiar with the McCurdy Award? I know you're doing your job, but unless you also happen to be a vet or can Venmo 6 G's to my stupid sister, get the hell out of my personal workspace. By the time we're about to have a code 7, I'll call you for Phoenix.
Boy, he has a lot going on, doesn't he?
Oh, man.
Padres 2-1, bottom of the 7th. Why'd it stop?
Are you watching
check
baseball
local listings.
right
Hang on, I've got to put my.
Not check local listings. That's the game.
That's the Major League Baseball opening game in Seoul, South Korea.
And if you listen to a rebroadcast of the show, that information is very,
I see.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
reality.
You've thrown me into a tizzy. I'm listening to a podcast. I don't know what day it is. They just said the Padres were playing. How am I supposed to figure this out?
I'll explain time zones to you later, Gilligan.
Oh, God, you're an idiot.
Yesterday,
podcasts can be...
Go on.
Just podcasts.
Yeah, you're broadcast.
Yesterday, you were talking about S&H green stamps.
We're right at the end.
Writes Jack.
Hog off?
I was watching a rerun of Hollywood Squares. One of the prizes they offered in the secret square was 1 million S&H green stamps.
Whoa!
Valued at $2,500.
When did this happen?
I'll get you a jacket.
God, I hope they were already in the books.
Could you imagine?
I'm confused, though. Did you say that these S&H green stamps now they're worth $2,500? That's what you said, right?
No, it said...
I have no concept of time or where I am on the planet. You have to talk slow. I rely on my radio show to inform me where I am and what day it is.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah. More or less.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP member. First step? Click the link at bobandtom.com.
fascination all of a sudden with the behind.
Yeah.
It went from boobs to behind.
Well, because of the Kardashians, right?
But doesn't milkshake sort of suggest boobs?
That's what
I thought milkshake that's her hips and she's shaking her ass.
Right. But I'm saying,
the presence of milk.
Right.
Oh.
I don't. I get I get butt out of milkshake as well.
Well, but
I get it. Obviously, it's the source.
Yes.
Why wouldn't it be your breasts? I don't know.
Would you drink a milkshake made out of mother's milk? Human mother's milk?
Any human mother milk.
I don't think so.
Did you ever taste any of the milk that was available in your many children you've had?
Forays into this.
Well, when you reheat breast milk, if you've used a pump, you do usually put a little bit on
your wrist
and then lick it off, probably, and yeah.
In an episode of Friends, one character describes it as tasting like cantaloupe. Would you say that's true?
I don't think it's that sweet at all. No, yeah,
I've never tasted
I've never known
it.
friends to lie to me.
I'm sorry.
You know what is sweet though,
Is?
Josh?
Oh, okay.
How about that pudding?
So creepy.
Got a chick. Did I give you the story about the new award in the NFL? Or did I forget to give that to you?
No, I
Chose
I
not
had
to
it.
read it.
I chose here's the thing. I talked with the Chick McGee board.
Yeah?
And they were unanimous.
You had a meeting.
Yeah.
They said, don't do this story.
Unanimous?
Unanimous.
I thought you'd like that story.
It's a cash grab for an advertisement, but go ahead.
You think, why? I don't understand.
Well, what is it?
Yeah.
Is it sponsored by somebody?
There's there's MVP, there's Rookie of the Year,
Right.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now there's, what is it?
Offensive
Protector.
The name, I admit the name is a little...
Offensive protector.
Yeah, brought to you by Armor All.
Oh, come on,
whatever.
Tom.
No, I made up the Armor All.
No, it's
Lineman of the Year.
The headline is NFL introducing Protector of the Year award for the O-line. So
That sounds weird.
So you're protecting a quarterback?
yeah. So who's in other words, which lineman was great at protecting the quarterback? And
All right.
I can see him selling it to say the Trojan people.
Right there. See, you're thinking advertisers too.
Well, you got to make some money. Come on.
And no one calls it.
Oh yeah, the
O-line and
NFL's struggling.
Yeah, those.
Anything about the NFL?
Yeah, I think our friend Jeff Saturday probably would have won that had they had that back in the day. Oh yeah, Protector of the Year. You kidding me?
Call it something better than that. I don't like Protector of the Year.
Yeah, like in college, there's the Outlander trophy, and I don't know who it's named after, but it's the offensive lineman.
Protector of the Year sounds like something you would give to a Secret Service member.
Yeah.
The Bednarik Award, I think, is linebacker.
Yeah, the name. They should name it after somebody.
They should. Who was history's best?
I think people would say John Hanna from the
All right.
Patriots or something.
So the Hanna Award.
The Hanna Award.
That really does have a nice ring to it.
Yeah. All right, we fixed it.
Yay!
Or to maybe the PR dude that protects some guy from getting the terrible publicity he deserves for some horrible thing that he did.
Kind of the spin doctor award?
Yeah.
Oh, you say attack. I say it was a former love interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
She consented. She consented to me punching her in the face. You know
That's
that.
right. She wanted it. She likes it. No. Have you ever heard anything stupider than somebody saying that, and the response is, she liked it rough?
Oh, boy.
Don't you just want to, is that right? Okay.
She thought it'd be fun to be shoved down an escalator.
Maybe the cop that arrested me? Oh.
Yeah, but that's a new award. I think it's kind of fun. Well, but sorry, we'll move on.
You're wrong.
Health experts warn that a phenomenon called summer penis is back in the news, you guys.
What?
And could be.
Is this like summer teeth?
That could worsen erectile dysfunction symptoms.
But this has been debunked over
Dr.
and over.
Donald Grant told the Daily Mail that hotter temperatures can make it more difficult for men to get or keep an erection for multiple reasons,
Pat has a soul.
including dehydration, fatigue, and poor sleep. He added that rising temperatures tends to lead to an increase in alcohol consumption, which can also have an extremely negative impact on ED symptoms.
Well, sure.
That's not called summer penis.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's
That
called
isn't-
whiskey.
Yeah.
I've never heard of summer penis.
Well, it's a phenomenon, Jess, of men appearing to grow in the summer heat.
Summer penis. Had me a blast.
I thought it was like cuffing, like the cuffing season. I thought like there's a penis season, like there's more penis to be had in the
I think
summer.
I think it's in the winter when things are cold. There's a natural shriveling. Is that Frank?
Do you know what cuffing season is?
Let's just get this over with.
Okay.
Is that Frank?
It is.
Summer penis.
Yeah.
Gets big and strong in the sun and heat. Oh, it has. Thank you, Josh. It has more girth. Ladies, please keep it down. It has more girth. Something about the warmth. It expands the meat. It was nice and long. I had a Speedo on and took my girlfriend's hand. Two lovers and a summer penis dragging in the sand. I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry.
A winter penis is a sad sight behind that fly. This is where, under the pubic hair, he goes to die. My girlfriend longs for those August nights when he's at his angriest and meanest. Come back, my summer penis. My summer penis. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
You were there that night. You were beautiful. You're on the left side.
Yeah, so it's heat related, but they're saying that you're outside more, you're going to get drunk, and you're not going to be able to function.
Right.
You're not going to be able to what?
Function.
I don't blame you for asking.
Wow.
You're not going to be able to.
I heard a really funny Frank Sinatra live from like the 70s. I don't know. He was doing some show and he goes, "Yeah, I'm off the whiskey. I'm off the hard stuff." He goes, "It's Mouton Cadet for me. It's some kind of wine that I remember my mom having." And I was like, "Mouton Cadet? I haven't heard that in 100 years." And it was just so funny to hear him say, "I'm off the hard stuff.
Yeah.
It's Mouton Cadet
That's
for me."
funny.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
I think at the end he stopped drinking the Jack.
And it was
went to
all
a
red wine.
Yeah, red wine.
I remember Lambrusco when I was a kid. That was
I do too.
is that the
sweet
So Nice on Ice? Was that
No,
there?
That's Riunite.
Riunite. There, that one
Riunite on
too.
ice.
Yeah.
So nice.
We were a Boone's Farm family.
Strawberry
A lot
Hill.
of Strawberry Hill.
I shoplifted Boone's Farm.
Why? It was $3.
Hey, times were tough.
It was just it was the thrill in his case. Well, thank you very much. If you're just joining us, hello. This is the Bob and Tom program coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance News Desk. We've covered everything. Is that correct?
That is not correct, Tom, but thank you. A man has been diagnosed with so-called parrot chlamydia.
That's right.
After accidentally inhaling chicken droppings.
Inhaling chicken droppings.
According to a report in BMC Infectious Diseases,
Yeah, I like to huff in the coop.
the 26-year-old was hospitalized in China
I see.
with a lingering cough and persistent high fever.
Polyvinyl antibiotic.
People in America don't get me.
Tests showed he had psittacosis, or parrot fever, caused by chlamydia Siaki bacteria.
Ugh.
Physicians reported the man had mistakenly inhaled chicken manure. Now, okay, I've done a lot of crazy things in my day, but how do you mistakenly inhale chicken manure?
I'm assuming drinking was involved. Well, it's
I
white
guess.
like cocaine.
Yeah. Oh, and for those of you who are going, this chlamydia is not the same as the sexually transmitted chlamydia.
Yeah, still.
But they are part of the same bacterial
Yeah,
group.
chlamydia is chlamydia is chlamydia.
Aren't men all carriers? Isn't that right? And it doesn't affect us?
No, that's
HPV. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
But it causes forgetfulness in men.
You can actually really clearly see my HPV. I have HDPV.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, yes.
Is that more expensive?
It's high definition papilloma.
Yeah, high definition.
mine's crazy, shaky, and wild. It's
No, hang on.
No.
Be patient.
Everybody, yeah.
everybody right. Want to guess what it is?
Is it HPDT?
Let's see. What do I have? ADT? No, not the DTs.
You have attention deficit syndrome.
ADHD, TV, PV. Well, there's too many letters. I can't even do my own joke. So I'm confused. So the parrots have chlamydia?
Yeah,
The birds do.
And what's
It's
it
a
called?
bird fever.
Bird fever?
Yeah.
You got to boogie down.
You got to book it down.
Parrot fever.
Hey, Josh, was this one of your show choir songs? Yes.
Oh, you guys boogie. Did you do a dance to it?
Do you have the hand, at least the hand movements?
I don't. I can try.
Could you favor us with that, please?
Well,
You gotta play the song.
Hang on a second. Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like a YMCA thing.
They were singing.
They were singing while they were moving, though.
Did you ever do the YMCA song?
Went around when you said going around.
I don't remember, but probably. We never did YMCA. No.
Their salt would have you
No, we
spin.
didn't.
I enjoy being a girl is what I did at state contest. Yeah.
I enjoy being a girl. That's a good song.
I did that for a talent show.
Okay, Josh, since you're the one that loves grammar and you want to start using semicolons.
Well, I already used them.
Spell the word chlamydia for me.
K?
No.
You know it's not K.
I know. But I know what he wanted to set me up for.
C-H-L-Y.
I will not be.
C-H-L.
I will not allow an insinuation.
CHL is correct.
That I have
C-H-L-A.
Silent G.
M-Y-D-I-A.
Yep, very good, chick.
Chlamydia also could be a girl's first name.
Oh,
Lydia.
Chlamydia, old chlamydia.
Doesn't it sound like a name? I mean,
Yeah, it does.
That's why I like the name Lydia, but I didn't want to name
I
my
know,
daughter
yeah.
Lydia because I knew everybody would rhyme it with chlamydia.
No, Lydia the Encyclopedia.
And what happened? She got it anyway.
Oh,
Isn't
Lydia,
that something?
Lydia. Have
I
you
wanted to
seen
name my
Lydia?
daughter Naomi for the longest time, and then I recently learned that Naomi backwards is I moan. I could have potentially named my daughter I moan Hooker. That would have, that would have been bad.
Now you get paid more.
Yeah.
Oh, she's really into it.
Yeah.
She loves me.
Oh, they don't like the silent types. I'm sorry, Christy. Have we exhausted everything in the world of news?
What do you have, somewhere to be?
No.
You waiting for a bus?
A group of hikers found out that when they stumbled upon a wonderful hidden
start over.
treasure in the Czech Republic that finders keepers does not apply there. CNN says the hikers, who wish to remain anonymous, were taking a shortcut through a forest in some mountains I'm not even going to try to pronounce when they spotted an aluminum box sticking out of a stony wall.
Hey, what do you think's in that aluminum box sticking out of that stony wall?
Well, I opened the box, Josh, and discovered hundreds of gold coins, jewelry, cigar cases, and other valuables.
And when the box was opened,
They immediately took it to the nearby Museum of Eastern Bohemia.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Ebo.
Miroslav Novak, the head of the archaeological
His
department of the museum.
first name Slav.
Miroslav Novak.
You'd call Miroslav a Slav, just Slav, not Mir.
No, his name's Miroslav.
So you call, hey Slav,
Miroslav Novak.
what's up, Slav? Okay.
He said the treasure is most likely related to the turbulent period before the start of World War II.
You ever have a turbulent period?
Oh, yeah. Many. And
Heavier flow than you thought?
Oh, yeah. And according to Czech law, archaeological finds are the property of the local regional administration.
It's like a shark. It's
from the moment of discovery. The metal value of the gold coins alone is approximately $360,000.
That's not that much.
That's just the gold coins. That's not the jewelry and all the other items.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, how much would you pay?
This is like when you read about they find some treasure, they do all the work, and they dive down deep in the ocean, they find it, and then the government takes it.
Right.
Of course the government takes it. They'll take everything.
No, they should finders keepers. After a certain number of years, it should be finders keepers. Don't
I
you
agree
think?
with you.
Yes.
I hate governments.
All right.
But gold coins, somewhat ironic in the Czech Republic. Don't you think?
Yes, you would have thought it would have just been a piece of paper.
Yeah, to go see them, you have to have a visa, interestingly enough. These are monetary system jokes, you
Right,
see.
right, yes,
okay. I'm going to pound them into you.
What's gold per ounce right now? Oh, $3,400 an ounce.
Wow.
Should have listened to William Devane.
Man, oh man.
I should have held on to all that gold I saw.
Man, oh man.
Is William Devane still around?
He is still around. He was hawking gold for a while there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And his airplane?
I don't know about that. Was he in an airplane?
Yeah, wasn't he flying his own plane?
No. Oh yes. In one of the ads, I think he is.
Okay. Coming up, we have more excitement.
Yeah, we do.
We have another story from the Mr. Obvious Institute of Technology.
Radio.
Yeah. Wait till you hear this one. But right now, we're going to check in with your ears. And we're going to find out about those Raycon earbuds.
Hey, are you gripping, as the kids say? Is the struggle bus real to come up with a gift for Dad on Father's Day? Worry no more, because Father's Day is coming up
June 15th.
June 15th. And that's where Raycon's everyday earbuds come in. The 32-hour battery life of the Raycon's, multi-point connectivity, quick charge function, 10 minutes of charging, 90 minutes of battery, and an active noise cancellation feature, often difficult to find at this dad-friendly price point.
I got my dad Raycons.
Is that right?
I'm just going to drop them in the little rusty tube that I
Josh.
usually put the flowers.
What's wrong with you? You're encouraging him.
Raycon offers the 30-day happiness guarantee return policy.
He won't.
He won't need that.
He won't be.
I'm going to put no returning.
And right now, get up to 15% off site-wide at buyraycon.com/Tom.
In my case, grave site-wide.
15% off at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's BUYRAYCON.com/TOM.
Going on 6 years since I've heard his voice.
Well, maybe you can meet him in heaven in 10 minutes if I can get my gun out. You happy now?
12 years for me.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that was way loud.
You missed.
19 for you.
Thank you very much.
Salute they did.
I can buy 81. So
Whoa.
What?
yeah.
Oh, it's a good topic. I've got things I've got to do over here. Yeah, Father's Day, come on. Do it for Dad while he's still living. Thank you. Coming up, we have something that'll be much more pleasant than this. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
When the Beatles played at the Indiana State Fair on September 3rd, 1964, they stayed at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Motel because at that time that was the neatest, newest hotel, believe it or not. And John Lennon wasn't feeling well, and so Dr. Henry Bach, who was the chief medical guy at the Speedway, lived on 15th Street, but they call him, and so he went to the motel and gave John Lennon a shot with a hypodermic needle. And the next day, his daughter took it to school, at the Speedway schools, and was showing everybody the needle that had given John Lennon a shot. Ringo got hungry at 2 o'clock in the morning, and was asking a state trooper who was kind of, they had a detail of troopers that were keeping everybody away from the motel. And he goes, "Where can I get something to eat?" And the trooper goes, "Get in the car." And this trooper at 2 a.m. drove Ringo Starr to Noblesville, had his wife get out of bed, cook Ringo Starr breakfast, and then drove him back to the track. There's pictures of them doing things around the golf course and messing around. But when they went to go to the track, they came out of the Speedway onto 16th Street, turned right, came down to Georgetown Road, and drove right past the American Legion where I work now. Well, word had gotten out they were doing that. Well, I grew up at 30th and Georgetown, and word had gotten out that the Beatles were going to be coming down Georgetown Road. So the streets were lined like it was a parade with people. This on the west side. And all of a sudden, here comes this motorcade and these limos. And I look, and there's Ringo Starr messing with, I saw Ringo Starr as they went past. And they went to the fairgrounds and did a show at the Coliseum in the afternoon where Jerry Baker introduced them, and to hear Bake talk about that, and then there's a pirated recording of that show, and you hear Bake introduce them, and they walk on stage and they have to plug in and set up and boom, hello, setting up. It's not like today where it's all pre-produced and all set up. And then that night, they did a show at the grandstand, and Bouncing Bill Baker from WIBC was the host. So, but they drove right down Georgetown Road, right by the track, because that was the neatest, newest motel in Indianapolis, and having the Beatles there. and everything that makes it so great is all the traditions and all the things that go on. 1963, Tony Holman's out at Indianapolis Raceway Park, another track on the west side of Indianapolis. He sees this Scottish band, a bagpipe band with drums, walking around the grounds. He said, people are loving this. And he's thinking, I got all these guys from Europe and Great Britain and Scotland. How do I make them feel at home? So he invited this doctor who was heading up this bagpipes band. Why don't you come to the track? And so in 1963, 60 years ago, the Gordon Pipers performed at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the very first time, and they have every year since. And 4 Gordon Pipers always welcome the winner back into victory lane. And it's a tradition because that's congratulating the winners on keeping all 4 wheels on it for 500 miles. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway has grown. I mean, it was built in 1909. The very first event there was a balloon race where they were charging 25 cents to get in. Then they had some motorcycle race and different car races. Well, they eventually, the surface of the track was crushed stone and tar. And it would develop horrible chuck holes as events went on. And so finally, they decided, okay, let's do this right. So they got 3,200,000 bricks, and they paved the entire track. And that's where the name the Brickyard comes from. The night before the 500 in the 60s and 70s really made Sodom and Gomorrah look like a retirement community. I mean, Georgetown Road, the Coke Lot, oh my gosh. The Snake Pit, the stories of the old Snake Pit. I remember seeing packs of Indiana State Troopers in packs of 15 to 20 walking, trying to regain some sort of semblance of humanity in that first turn Snake Pit. I mean, throwing girls up on blankets and drinking and motorcycles and setting cars on fire and setting sofas on fire, and it was just unbelievable. How more people didn't get killed in there every year, I have no idea. But that was a lot of people's introduction to the Indianapolis 500 was, as you're a young kid going in there and you party, and who won what? There's a race, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, look at that. And then, next year, and then, wow, look, hey, who, what, Herdebees? Well, I better get out. So then all of a sudden you buy it. So that was your introduction. Now you're buying tickets, and then your girlfriend, now your wife. All of a sudden your kids, you're introducing them. It just grew. That's how a lot of people were introduced to it.
Interesting things going on out there. Some changes in certain things like the grid. We'll give you some details about that coming up as well.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Hello, Jess Hooker.
Hi.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chickster.
Ace Cosby's here. Hey. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I'm Chick McGee, and look at this. This is a sports extra just for Tom.
All right.
The world's largest pickleball franchise is going to Japan.
Wow.
It's called the Pickler. That's P-I-C-K-L-R. A network of indoor pickleball clubs will open 20 new locations in the Japanese market over the next 5 years.
Holy cow.
The expansion will take place through a strategic partnership with Nippon Pickleball Holdings, Japan's leading pickleball company. The Pickler CEO, Jorge Barragan.
It's not Kelly Pickler?
It's not.
That'd be
Who was
good.
in love with her? Oh, Tommy Johnigan was in love with Kelly Pickler.
He
Remember,
was.
Remember
yes.
that?
Yes. He really had a mad crush
It
on
was
her.
crazy.
Almost dangerous.
For her.
Good voice.
He was saying stuff like, she'll learn to love me, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jorge has taken on an aggressive growth strategy as the sport has seen exponential growth, Tom. Pickleball saw a 223% jump in participation over a 3-year span, according to Sports and Fitness Industry Association, making it the fastest growing sports for several years running. There are more than 20 million pickleball players in the United States.
Wow.
Popular.
Pickler currently operates 40 locations in the U.S. and Canada. Expects that number to grow double that by the end of the year.
My mom just hurt herself playing pickleball.
Oh.
Does she play with Rich?
Yes, yeah, and friends.
That's
and,
fun.
She fell and I don't know. She had to go to the hospital or something.
Good story.
Does she?
You okay?
They don't know if she's going to make it.
Is she an amazing player? I mean, does Rich pay the other teams to throw their matches, and she thinks she's really great?
Let Cindy just kind of do her thing. But don't make her look stupid again, guys, will you? That kind of thing.
Yeah. If Rich will go and go, hey, here's $50. Can you?
Yeah, he doesn't have that kind of money.
My sister's
He doesn't?
real into that.
I mean, they're fine, but he's not
Rich.
It's just his name.
I see.
It's not his
I thought
station.
he was
in life.
rich.
I was trying to watch pickleball.
My mom is perfectly okay. Yes. I wanted to let people know.
No, that's okay.
No, I'm glad because I was
trying to watch pickleball, but my TV has that automatic
Give him some time.
ADHD TV. Yeah, it just changes channels on its own all the time. Can't stay on a station. Can't stay on a station for more than 20 seconds.
It may have taken about 16 minutes, but he figured it out.
You got to the joke.
You found
ADHD TV.
Me, I just looking at the clock. It did take you 16 minutes.
you figured it out.
All these letters together, they get so confusing.
Don't they, though?
HPV, LSD.
LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Yes, sir.
They shoved that down my throat when I was a kid.
Christy, do you play pickleball?
No.
I know Pat does.
Yeah.
Andy does.
I would.
My group does.
I
just,
would like to.
Yeah, I think it'd be
Really?
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
My sister does. I mean, they play like every day, all day.
John, you and I should
They went
go
to the
play.
championships in Florida to watch it. Oh yeah.
You and I should go play pickleball and be pickleball toughs.
I would love it, but I have to wait until my Foursquare season ends.
I love Foursquare.
I do too. Catholic girls love Foursquare.
Love.
That's why I love Foursquare.
You didn't tell me.
The skirts.
I have friends that own a pickleball place. If you'd like to go there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I got the pickleball net and set up for your driveway.
Yeah, we do that. We
Yeah.
have friends that do.
Tom, you play with your girls, don't
Yeah,
you?
we have that saying in the driveway.
Fun.
It's on wheels. You wheel it out.
Yeah, but you fall on that concrete. That's
I don't
not
have
fun.
I don't have a ball boy like you do, though, Tom.
I don't have a ball, but I've got a golden retriever.
As I recall,
We set up a net at the bottom of the driveway so it can't roll out.
That's a good idea.
As I recall, Tom, athletics with your children, I think your daughter, who's now in her 30s, I'm guessing, but didn't you take her to a batting cage?
Yes, famously.
At one point when she was like 9 or
Batting and go-karts, it was fun.
batting and go-karts is fun. And
I
you
love
would
that place.
stand outside the batting cage, and as she was trying to hit the ball,
Encouraging her.
Tom would say, "Miss,
You would heckle her.
miss."
She's a much better athlete than I am. She's terrific.
And you attribute that to you heckling her, don't you?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She is a good athlete. From what I understand, she's a switch hitter.
Oh, very good.
Wow.
Look forward to more death jokes about members of Josh's family. Hey, Pat, you play more pickleball than I have. In pickleball, when you win, do you jump the net, or are the people all too old?
Oh no, they would die.
Yeah,
Do they have like a trampoline?
Knowing that I play pickleball.
Wheel out the trampoline. They jump on the tramp and they can send them over the.
Have you ever
over the net.
fallen?
No, not yet.
Good. Well, good. Yeah.
I have hurt I got a little elbow thing that I had to stop for a month.
I thought
but
you
I'm
just
back.
had a shoulder thing.
And now I have a shoulder thing.
My
I
brother-in-law
had.
broke his
shoulder.
arm playing. Fell. Yeah, happens.
Is he a battered husband?
Kevin? No.
Sounds like he's a battered husband.
Okay, could we move
Help, please.
on? We have an important story about from the Mr. Obvious School of Broadcasting about
Research
e-cigarettes.
once again suggests certain e-cigarette flavors may increase the attraction of vaping and the likelihood of addiction. Oh. Dr. M.L. Goen, oh boy.
Going
places.
Going nowhere, apparently.
Not going to work here anymore.
Goenwicks of Roswell Park Cancer Center says vaping addiction is mainly driven by nicotine, as we all knew, but flavors boost the chances of frequent use.
All right, welcome to our meeting. We're going to have to try to come up with another name for this place. Having Cancer Center in the name of our building it's a negative.
Well, you could just leave it and then mark it out. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The center.
He cited several studies, including his own, showing flavored vapes raise the risk of nicotine dependence and shows young people are more likely to try flavored products and get hooked.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. That is pretty obvious.
Well, we decided to try an experiment. We made it taste like ass, and it didn't sell as good as the ones that taste like cotton candy. What do you think, Dr. Goranowitz?
Yeah, right?
There's all these body biohacker guys that are saying nicotine, the benefits of nicotine. It's good for ADHD and helping you concentrate and all
Mood
these things.
stabilizer, yeah.
Yeah, and so I tried those pouches, the Zens that you could put in. Immediately wanted to throw up. It's not for me. I can't do it. But I also found out that there's nicotine in nightshades, eggplants, and tomatoes and those things. Yeah, so if you want good nicotine for those benefits, eat your vegetables. It's in there too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There are some people say you should never eat nightshades.
I know.
That's
People
poison.
are allergic. Have a really bad reaction.
But the point of the study is that, if they have cinnamon toast crunch,
right,
vaping, it's going to make you want to do it more, and then you get used to the nicotine. And just yesterday, the FDA is now recommending to help people quit vaping, they should smoke cigarettes. That Bobby Jr. is a smart man. Yeah, right. He's killed more people than Sirhan. But we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.